live layout. Oh, that ain't working. But hello.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Hello, everybody!
We'll fix it while you do the recap.
And welcome. We are Dicey Adventures, back from our winter break. We just, sorry, it's been a while, obviously, so I'm not used to my normal routine. We just wanted to give a shout out to Brooke, who's been doing some awesome work for us on our new characters, and Emily updated all of our character profiles, and so you can see they've been working on, I think we have Fury, Callie, and Enid right now, but we're just kind of filtering those in there. But yeah, just, and we've also, you can find them at Druid's Tale Cosplay, and then also to Crystal. She's been posting some stuff on Instagram, so I want to say thank you. Redid Enid and whatnot, and so they look great. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure we said thank you to them. So,
and then I'm working on chat commands. Currently, we have 2. The
nice.
Typical uptime, everyone has it, and you will now earn points for watching us.
Nice. So points for watching us. So,
and later the points will do something?
Later we could put in stuff where they do stuff.
Awesome.
Potentially talking about doing a giveaway at some point.
Could do that, or we could put in something where they can influence something that we do.
Yeah.
Might have to repeat those separately.
It'll be
lots of things.
It'll be
lots of options.
If you're watching, you can suggest options. What do you want in return for watching us?
Millions of dollars. All right, so are we ready to jump back in?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sure.
Last we left off, our group of adventurers, known as the Disciples of Sinjin, began their journey westward to the city of Yondur. During their travel, they encountered a badly injured woman who had been attacked with her caravan. Their caravan had been attacked by a large group of men, orcs, goblins, and ettins. After discussing with her kind of the events that transpired, you learned her name was Marin, and she said that her children were taken, her husband had been killed, but you agreed to help find out if you could recover her children for her. And so you set off. You navigated south towards the ruins of Fort Althorn, the last remnants of one of the old kings of Dolterra, and you snuck up and chased down some goblins, killed them before they were able to relay that intruders were coming, and begun navigating the landscape. You used Philo to go overhead, get some reconnaissance, and then you engaged in the battle, all firing at the same time. Fury, you were watching out as you had seen the kids, and you saw one of the individuals run towards them and get ready to grab and put a knife up to them, and you released a polymorph spell and transformed him into a pig. Ashlyn, you transformed into your giant eagle form and went and picked up the 2 kids and got them out, while the rest of you engaged in a very ferocious battle, but pretty handedly defeated them. So, that is where we leave off. Or where we left off is that...
And we're done.
We'll be back next week for the exciting conclusion
of this recap.
So, you have encircled the last remaining individual of this group, who is still in a pig form, for another 59 minutes. According to your spell, and you are kind of just standing in the aftermath. You have dropped off the kids to their mother, and you flew back with the rest of your compatriots, and so you are circled around him in that house, broken down walls and whatnot. So you have the pig that's currently eating some grass nearby.
How does the spell work? Is he just a pig forever now?
For about 59 more minutes.
What are we going to do with the pig?
But we should probably figure out why they attacked the caravan, but spared the children.
You can talk to animals, right?
Probably would be easier to talk to him.
I don't know if he's going to
Yeah, but
answer
he might-
questions very well.
I don't know what he does.
It's true. It's true. When
He
was a
doesn't
ferret, it
seem
didn't work
very
out.
yeah, you weren't very easy to talk to.
Did he didn't look like he had too much magical capabilities.
He was really shiny.
I think he had like a sword or something, but I don't think he looked like a typical caster.
If we tied him up as a pig, would he still be tied up as a person?
Probably not.
I mean,
If
we
he
do
tied
have
him
the
up a
immovable
lot.
rod as well.
If we dig a hole.
We could just press it down
And
onto
put
him
him
as
in
he's
a-
changing back. He wouldn't be able to react that quickly after being a pig.
I mean, I'm fairly confident we can beat the crap out of him. So if we just let him turn back or hit him and make him turn back, we have him surrounded. He's not going to kill us.
But we don't want him to take his own life either.
I'm currently bleeding out, just so we're clear.
Like you're at 0?
I'm not bleeding out.
Okay.
I'm at 10.
Okay.
So
Cure wounds!
So dramatic, Callie.
Second
It's like how
level.
I just
Oh,
imagine-
that's right. You took quite a few
I just
hits.
imagine you're like crawling up with one arm.
The
By the way,
dramatic one. Callie probably would have just been like sitting there, like holding it in.
You're like, yeah, let's
I
talk
will
about how
cast
to
Cure
interrogate
Wounds
pig
at
right
second
now.
level on you.
Thank
Not
you.
even needed.
I didn't even actually realize it until I looked down. I was like, ooh, yikes.
12.
I won't be helpful if he
He's got
hits
to
me.
save something.
12.
Yeah, his pride's feeling a little.
Thank you.
Anybody else need any healing? I am a cleric.
Oh, alright.
But seriously, I don't think. I mean, when he changes back, we take his weapon from him. He's not going to do anything.
I
We
mean,
can
if
give
that's
it a
what
try.
you want to do.
Hey.
Hello.
Or we dig a hole.
Hi, Mom.
And we put him down in a hole.
Dig a hole. Okay.
That one does sound fun.
I just feel if we press an immovable rod down onto him, he can't get out.
Can you change into a? Are you still an eagle?
No, and I can't change it into
Oh. Okay. Because they turn into something that could dig a hole quickly.
Ow.
Why do we need a hole?
You were going to
Someone
put
wanted
him
to put him in a hole.
Yeah. Then
Then he can't get out.
He
can
can
hold
climb a
Earth again.
hole.
No, it's a.
This is going to be a great hole.
So why don't we want to just surround him and?
I mean, that's probably.
I feel
it's
we
just
should
not
ask
our
him
style.
questions.
I mean, I that's what I mean. I think we should surround him and question him.
So should I just poke him and then he'll probably change back? Or would you just want to make him change back?
Why don't we first try the movable rod, see what happens. If he's restrained, we don't need to. If he moves too much, feel free to hit him.
Okay.
So how are you placing the immovable rod on it? Like, the pig's currently just standing there like...
Just feel like he's going to back out of it.
I think it would need to go right.
But,
Tie his
I mean,
legs and his feet.
But so like when we press the pig down, right when it changes back,
It changes back and you push it down on his throat.
Yeah,
no,
right
you
here,
just
so we
push
can-
it down
yeah.
on his back, click the thing in.
This is
You
another
can
scene
crawl
that
out.
needs some art.
No,
I think you're,
if you're like
It's
crushing,
They
here,
can't
he
crush
can't go either way.
yeah, I agree. I agree with Sinjin.
but I feel
always.
if it's also like pressing into the ground, then it will not move.
Yeah, I mean I can go that way too.
Do any of those people look like they have anything interesting?
Are you just starting to go look around?
Yeah.
Just
Go ahead and make
walk
an
it away.
investigation check.
Because we're in a debate about.
Not very good. 12.
12, you start looking around.
No, wait, 14. I have a
14?
14.
Okay. You begin looking around at the battlefield. You find probably about 8 short swords.
Okay.
Short swords.
Short swords. Short swords. You 2 long swords.
Okay. You want to sell these?
Yeah, sure, you put them in the bag.
Yeah.
Alright.
8 short swords.
8 short
2 long.
swords, 2 long swords.
8?
Yeah, 3 long bows.
Oh, those are good.
2 short
Mhm.
bows.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Be rich.
And then a hodgepodge of other weapons that were broken and not very well made or pretty well worn. You find roughly, as you're kind of skirting around, this is taking probably 30 minutes while you're sitting there looking
figuring out the
around.
I could hold them with thorn.
Yeah, you find roughly,
Get them out of the thorn.
I mean,
would say
we do have
50
rope.
gold on all of them
Party
as you're just looking
funds.
around.
Party funds.
If we cut off the arms as a pig, does he still have arms as a normal person?
Every once in a while, as I'm searching for all this stuff and they're having this pig conversation, I'm like, got some longbows. I'm just going to put all this money in the group fund so we can pay later.
What if we feed the pig a lot of food so that when we turn him back, he's just gonna be, his stomach will be really upset and he won't run away.
Guys, he's one
That's a
dude.
good
We just
idea.
killed like 30 dudes. Just let him turn back and punch him in the face.
I'm not big on punching people, and
Well, I
I'm
don't think
basically
you
tapped
can
out of
reach his
spells.
If he wants to use the rod, just let him use the rod.
Go for it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Again,
I just spent 30 minutes finding bodies, and you guys have been talking about a rock.
So we're no further along.
if he moves a bit more than you guys like,
Yeah, well,
feel free to hit him.
that
Got
works. I have my saber out ready. Not
Okay.
threatening, but kind of.
We encircle him.
Okay.
Mr. Rod?
So, as I drop the polymorph, I'm gonna try to. Well, who has the next? Who's here strong to help me press this?
Right.
None of us are
None of
really
us.
great, but
3.
Right, Callie.
I'm only on +3.
try one of those two.
I can help you on.
Press
Alright,
it.
so make a strength check with advantage since she's helping you.
Me or her make the check.
You're the one
What's
pushing down with the
yours?
immovable rod.
You got
Sure.
this.
But I mean, if he moves too much,
It's going to be great.
and I'm
We're all right there anyway. Good thing you rolled with advantage.
well, 13.
13.
You have -1 on strength.
Why do you think I
This is
needed
why we
help?
didn't want
Why
him to
didn't
do
I
this.
just do it?
Okay.
Because he
So,
didn't let me.
You
let
release
you do
the
it.
spell and start shoving down on his back, but his arms were already there. Like
Mhm.
because he was like that as a pig.
Yep.
So you push down and he catches himself. Stands up.
No, the movable rods.
Well, you didn't. Are you clicking the rod?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you do that, but he's still up like this, and so you see him tries to duck down a little bit out of the way of the rod. I'm assuming you
Just
guys are.
standing there looking at him as he's on the ground.
Okay.
Got my saber like pointed toward him.
Okay. So he kind of turns.
I'm gonna cast suggestion on him.
Okay. So he rolls. So he's you placed it on him when he was up a little bit, and so he ducks down, and kind of rolls out of the way of it, and so the immovable rod's just kind of hovering in the air right there. He kind of skirts up against the back of the wall.
Hey, buddy. How's it going? You got a little grass hanging from your mouth there.
Yeah, you were snacking.
And then I will cast suggestion.
Who the hell are you people?
Who the hell are
Did you not just see the battle?
Sinjin Psychowitz, hero of heroes. Nice to meet you. Maybe you've heard of me.
What?
You stole some kids
No.
and killed some people.
We had Hettons. Or
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
You guys weren't really that hard to
I'm gonna
fight.
grab my movable rod
who
again.
are you people?
Again, Sinjin Psychowitz, hero
Can
of
I
heroes.
cast calm emotions?
Sure.
I don't know.
Good
I've
suggestion.
never
One.
actually.
Oh, did you already cast? What are you suggesting?
Oh, I want him to tell us why did you target the caravan?
Okay. I'm assuming a 9 does not succeed.
No.
Okay, so you cast that on him, and so he's gonna reveal information. You're casting calm emotions.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
What's the save?
My thing's not open.
I know I have mine on.
Is it a-
LTE.
I'll turn mine off.
Wait, you should know. I cast it on you enough times.
Calm emotions.
Well, the computer's going
As
strong,
day.
Oh,
so
that's right.
that's all that matters.
I mean, unless it's
Charisma
not
save.
necessary. But which one
Charisma
is
save.
Charisma.
He is an enemy, so that he has advantage, right?
I think so.
No. So you begin to see him
Magic is the best drug.
It doesn't affect anything though if he's around me.
Oh, it doesn't affect him at all?
I mean, it doesn't.
There's no
change. He
difference.
doesn't get advantage on it
Oh, no. Okay. So you just, begins.
unless someone attacks him while
Yeah.
it's going on.
So you just kind of see him just back against the wall, just like reaching around, like not finding any weapons near him, and
Is he gonna answer our question?
Fury?
Yeah.
You were asking.
Why did you target the caravan?
for money, for goods, for whatever.
What are you going to do with the kids, though?
Ransom.
You killed everyone.
Yeah.
You don't really seem like you're very good at this whole thieving thing.
You see it starts getting a little bit emotional.
Like, we've dealt with some thieves that were pretty tough and pretty good at what they do, and you don't strike me as...
Shut up. We are...
Wow. You might as well say you at this point. I just think maybe you did...
I think he was happier as a pig.
Well,
it doesn't make any sense. We set up an establishment in Cromstock.
Yeah.
Did we calm emotions here? Like, dude.
this is his call. I think it would be worse.
He's
I mean,
not he's not as
This is the
scared or
first time he's
frantic or
cried
like
in years.
angry.
Stop laughing.
Mm-mm. I need lack of emotions, please.
Do we notice like a hyena tattoo or anything on him?
Should got him.
As he's crying, he's like, I see your arms.
I just like
Our cleric is gonna check you out.
yeah.
Mm.
She's the what? Arbiter of death or something?
She's, that's a 7.
So he's in full plate armor, so it's
Oh, so
really
you
hard to
can't tell.
see.
Okay.
But you can just kind of just see him. He's just like, are you the ones that stopped us in Cromstock?
Probably.
What happened in
What
Cromstock?
happened in Cromstock?
No, what happened in Cromstock?
They were-
Remember them
they
saying
robbed a-
purple person?
There are lots
They
of
were
purple
robbing a
people,
shop,
right?
and then we had
Also,
a
you are the
detective
same
man.
people.
That place?
Oh.
Did you guys rob the
We
apothecary
robbed a
place?
lot of places.
Yeah, and this is all you have to show for it?
We had an entire army forming up. What do you mean?
And yet 5 people destroyed that army. That's sad. That is sad.
I see why you're crying.
So, I want to cast suggestion again.
Okay.
So, where do you keep the objects you steal?
We had to pay most of the orcs and goblins to get them to join us.
What's your goal?
To be the best. Make a name for ourselves.
What's your name? I hadn't thought of it.
What is
I
it?
am Brennan Moran.
Brennan?
Brennan
Brennan.
Murad?
Moran.
Moran.
Whereas,
Have you ever thought about trying, I don't know, starting a bakery? Maybe being a fisherman?
He almost
A
just
poet.
killed a kid.
Right. I'm saying once
you
he
want
gets
him
out
to
of
be a
jail.
baker?
No,
Was
once-
it gonna hurt the kids?
you said drop your weapons or I slit the throat.
Exactly.
What were you going to do when we didn't drop our weapons if you hadn't turned into a pig?
Usually gets people to stop. Threaten them and stuff.
We don't usually
We
listen very
didn't
well.
want to join with the orcs and the Attons kind of, and the goblins. They're a little bit more vicious than we were,
Yeah.
but we lost quite a few people in Cromstock.
We did.
I think you might do better if you, like, used your power for good. Because look how good we're doing. We took all you down easily.
How are you at planting trees?
What?
I know a guy who's trying to plant a lot of trees.
Don't understand anything
You
people
get
are
paid
saying.
for that.
Basically,
I'm a criminal.
do you want to live
Do you
or
wanna be a
not?
criminal?
I wanted to be the best dang criminal out there. I wanted to make a name for myself.
So you want to stay a criminal? We're offering you a change of your life. Actually, we're offering you your life in general. You're very outnumbered right now.
This moody kid's going to kill you if you don't change your ways. Is that more simple?
Make an intimidation check.
Can I assist by looking
no.
intimidating?
Sure, so you could roll with it.
I have a +8 and I've yet to use it.
15.
15.
Still rolled bad.
Natural 20. No. I will go down with my group.
Fury.
Fair enough.
Maybe we shouldn't give him the... Maybe we shouldn't... Stop! Wait! Fury. Don't give him that satisfaction.
I mean, I could make a spider.
You can't get no satisfaction.
We killed the rest. Why keep him?
That's true.
He's
That's
kind
what
of
he
pathetic.
wants.
He's a
Then
really-
I'm still doing the good thing.
Is he worth the spell, though?
No.
I mean, you could probably just, like, push a rock into him and he'd die at this point.
If he's a wanted
He's
criminal...
not-
He hasn't
He's
been
full-
injured at all.
If he's a wanted criminal, we should just turn him in to the nearest town. They can decide what to do with him, but his blood shouldn't be on our hands.
Maybe we get a bounty.
We might.
And I earn a hat.
You're becoming a bounty hunter? Because
Well,
I know there's someone out there with a really good bounty on their head.
well, we don't
really
do
the
this
place to
normally.
Do you have a bounty on your head? You would know.
And you would be proud of it.
Because that means
Yeah,
you're
I-
known.
Good.
I do.
Good.
All
Inside
right.
check. She's bragging. I'm rolling really bad.
I think I would want
11.
to incite that too.
You have seen.
I would too.
Is it, you could roll as with advantage because you've been looking around those.
You've been looking at
so
every
16.
poster.
16. You have seen the name Brennan Moran. That's a 50 gold piece bounty.
Hey, should we go turn him in, and when he's done with jail, maybe...
It's 50 gold
Yeah,
pieces.
well, we could give it to the mom and her
50
kids.
gold pieces is a lot.
Eh. But for her,
What?
50 is what all of you guys had together.
I think,
this is why we told you to join the side of good. We have way more
you
than
know,
50.
I've
I
never
wanna
felt
be the
this.
side-
I've never felt the need to.
Just make it just a straight intimidation check because you like tear it into him like, oh god.
I've never felt the need
Me?
to brag
Yeah.
about this, but I have a $5,000.
These has 5,000 in savings somewhere.
15.
No, it's in my
15.
pocket.
Oh.
Like
Roll an eye
just
for
massive.
for the like resisting the intimidation. It's just like
Stubborn.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We turn him in, we get
Yep.
the 50 gold, and
Yep.
give it to the mom and her kids because
Sure.
now she doesn't have anybody to take care of her.
Right,
Because he killed them.
right.
we didn't kill any of the people.
What, should we
Hush.
check to see if any of the other ones have bounties?
Do you
Oh.
have them all memorized?
I don't know if they're going to want him dead. Do they take people dead or alive for bounties?
They do.
Did we ride horses?
No.
Did we
I have
I
a horse.
walked.
Okay,
No, I
Yeah.
have my horse.
got it.
I thought
I
we...
think we.
Which we left with.
Mitch is with the lady.
I
back
think we
there.
passed on the
yeah,
cart.
yeah, with...
We
So
did pass
are
it.
we going to
Yeah,
tie
Storm
him
was
up
with-
and take him?
Sure. Yeah. I don't think the dead ones are going to be
We should
worth
probably
it.
take it, the
mess.
weapons.
We
We took
did
his
that while
weapons.
you were
When?
discussing rods. I spent 30 minutes taking all of the swords, bows.
That was
and
why
running.
he was a pig.
No, the weapon's
Yep.
off of him.
Yeah, he's kept all of it.
Okay.
Shake him.
I don't think he has much.
His sword was on the ground.
Hmm.
Whenever you.
He's got any daggers in the pockets? I'm sure.
We should.
If he's any sort of good criminal, he's probably got some weapons hidden. I hope he doesn't.
You
have
search
hidden.
however you want to
You
search.
just see it's gonna.
I mean,
You're going to search him?
I will.
Okay.
Pass
Okay, I guess
down.
he started frisking him. He's got his full set of plate armor.
I'm very well aware of how armor works.
No,
Trin
I-
is, dang.
I got a 19 to investigation.
I've
Looking
seen
for.
Oh,
Fury's going in.
yeah. Oh, gosh.
Oh, you want to search it? Not you!
Okay, so let me
So are
get
you
this
guys
straight.
removing his armor?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
So you guys remove his armor.
You,
Put in
you
the
have
bag
a
of
bounty
holding.
for only 50 gold. Your entire party has been
Enid.
killed, and you have no hidden weapons. What type of criminal did you think that you
Enid.
were?
We're putting all the plate armart in the bag of
I've met
holding.
hobgoblins more terrifying than you.
Look, can we just knock this guy out, tie him up, and take him to King's Crossing?
He's a pretty well-built guy too. Like it's just one of just
tie him up. Let's take him.
Okay.
He's gonna be easier for him to walk. Than
you
for us
can
to
see
carry.
he resists. So who's trying to tie him up, or are you guys
I
doing
will.
something else?
Can we knock him out?
You want to carry dead weight?
Just to tie him
How
up.
about you carry him then?
We have a horse.
Wait, we don't have the horse with us right now. We got to get back to the horse.
It's right over there. I can see the horse.
Oh, we're that close. I thought we were still far
He's
away.
right there with the lady and the children staring at us as we yell at this man.
I think the children
Okay,
woke
I
up.
thought they were far away.
I think the children saw you and,
I thought they were far away. I'm having a Trin moment.
You see Marin. She's like, he deserves to die like the rest of them.
We're
Is
gonna
there-
get you his bounty. First,
Do we know if it was dead or alive?
50 gold.
can I?
Okay.
Okay.
Do we know if it was dead or alive?
I'm
since
assuming we get
remember
more
his-
if it's alive.
It was alive.
Oh,
It was petty crimes, but a lot of petty crimes.
Yeah, so we're gonna take him in. He can serve his time, and she gets paid.
but
That's
I mean,
what the hero of heroes does, right?
That's what I've been saying this whole time. Knock him out, tie him up, throw
Okay,
him on the
let's
horse.
go. Let's go.
but I mean,
I'm with St. John.
if he's a part of the
So you guys
hyena,
knocking him out?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys just make attack rolls, like as you guys are sitting here, like doing non-lethal damage, but just essentially just
28 to hit.
20.
hits.
Oh, well,
Well,
strength.
if
Is it
we're-
just strength? 13.
No, you can use dex with your
26.
14 damage.
15 to hit.
15 to hit.
Is that your damage?
15 doesn't hit.
Oh,
14 points of damage.
Okay.
I'm not hitting him at all, basically.
So you can. Are you adding your weapon modifiers?
No, can I do non-lethal with that?
Yeah, you
yeah,
can.
then
Around
You're,
like
you're,
the
you're essentially still attacking
20.
him. Like you're not like trying to stab him in the arteries.
20 then.
20. Yeah, all those hit. And,
12 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
Oh.
what did you cast?
I just grabbed him and cast Shocking
Did
Grasp
you roll
on him.
d6?
Oh.
He's going to incinerate him.
If you kill him.
Need to write it on every page.
If you kill him, the
Oh,
cleric's
don't-
gonna have to bring you back.
Haven't done this in a while. There's a loud bang when I do this one.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Sure. Only 12.
12. You, as you release it, and you feel it shift and change, like from what you were thinking, you recognize that it's changing. It's the first time that when you've cast a spell, that you've initially it's just been like you feel the spell release, and then you just see the whatever form it does. But as it's leaving you're like, wait, like almost kind of like, what was that? Like you're like, you felt like you understood it.
Okay.
So
So with all that, do we knock him out eventually?
yes. So you guys just you eventually
Let's tie him up.
Yep.
Hog tie him, throw him on top of Storm.
Perfect.
Do we check if any of the others? Oh wait, it's probably alive for the rest of them.
Yeah.
Did you get any gold they had?
Yep, it's in the party funds.
Okay.
Remember when I said they all had 50 gold together?
We were dealing with a pig.
Okay, who investigated him?
Me.
Well,
You did.
I got a 19.
19. Okay. You do find tucked away in a pouch a small little pearl.
Ooh. Should I figure out if that's anything special? Or do you even show the group?
I would show you. It's like he had this on him. I would probably.
Yeah.
This is how Ascension does identify.
The entire
It's not
time.
needed, he just does it.
Ooh. Glad we have that spell now.
yeah. Because normally we're just like, we don't know what it is.
Ask Tibbles.
Stick it in the bag.
Probably magical.
It is Pearl of Power.
Oh.
basically you can use an action to speak its command word and regain 1 extended spell slot.
Nice.
If it's a 4th or higher, wait, if the expended slot was 4th or higher, the new slot is 3rd level.
So a max of a level 3.
Max of level 3.
Got it.
Yeah.
And you can use it once a day. It does require attunement. I don't know how people are doing on attunements for spellcasters and stuff, but
I'm kind of...
we have this for, I guess, not you, any of us 3. If he's
I'm only attuned to 1, but I don't.
however you guys want to do it. How much are you attuned to?
I'll make him.
We can
I feel
discuss.
like I run
We
out
can
of
discuss
spell
this on
slots
the
a
road.
lot.
Yeah, we're going.
Okay. So you guys end up getting back. You can see the kids. They're Marin kind of got them awake again, and you.
Oh yeah, should we bury those?
Nope.
Nah.
That would take a year. There's an ettin or 2.
Not the creatures.
So yeah, you end up kind of giving them a little bit of food, water, and the kids are doing a little bit better. Are you letting them stay on the horse?
The
Or
guys
the
on
body?
the horse.
no, I
If
didn't know
they're-
what you were doing.
Do you want them on the horse, Lady Mary?
Not next to him. Is it okay if we stay with you? Where are you heading?
We can head
Kingdoms.
toward Kingdom.
We're going to the King's Cross.
King's Cross.
Kingdom's
Kingdom's
Crossing.
Cross.
Oh,
We sound so
I know
confident.
that's like where you came from, pretty much.
well,
but
we actually came up from Ventark and we stopped there for a night. But
it's safer than out here.
yeah, we'll stay with you and yeah, and then we'll part ways there. But just scared to be traveling right now.
Understandable.
You'll be
You
safe.
Where you're safe with us.
You can see the kids are kind of walking with her. So you guys will have to move at a slower pace if you are wanting to.
We can do that.
Yep.
I don't
I mean,
even
none
know
of
what
us are
time of-
doing great.
Was
I
this
don't
in the
think.
middle of the night when we did this?
Yes, it was.
So should we?
Should we rest somewhere? Like make a camp
Probably should.
somewhere?
Like
Yeah.
away from
Yeah,
the
get a little
dead
out.
bodies, but
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Maybe travel for like an hour or so.
Yeah, and if we rest, then I can help carry people.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna do a full rest.
You guys setting up Naaman's thing? Huh?
No, her thing.
Oh, just your thing.
We don't. Do we have the hut? I don't think we have the hut.
I
in
didn't
this
take
one.
it because she had
No.
that thing.
Yeah.
Just have
Okay.
that.
Other campaign.
Yeah. So you guys stop for the evening. You guys setting up watches.
I think
Yes, because we're gonna watch
Yes.
this guy in case he comes too, which he probably
Remember
will.
to roll with what is it? Plus. Do you remember that?
Plus 5.
5 to your
Do you
perception.
want me to do anything if he
horse.
decides to?
I thought that was the guy on the horse.
The old man is-
It's like he wakes up. Do you want me to do anything? No, thanks.
That's funny.
Is that a mom?
I think so.
Matthew. Then
Okay.
Just
I would tell Storm to get our attention.
okay.
So, okay, I had this question. So, what would happen? I put the immovable rod in midair, and then we put the bag of holding like around it. Would it go and stay wherever it is in the extra dimensional space now? And then when you retrieve it, it just is right wherever where it is?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to understand.
So, like, you just put the immovable rod, but then you put the bag of holding around it so it goes into another dimension.
Yeah, and it would no longer.
So it moved.
I think you have to place it in the bag. Like if you put the bag would sit on top of the rod, but it wouldn't. Does that make sense? Because I think like you have to place it and release it into the bag.
Okay.
To be in that extra dimensional space.
You can't just like start like.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my wallet.
Portable hole is different. Portable hole, you can slide
You
stuff
noticed
into it
that.
and it falls into the hole.
All right.
So who's taking first watch?
I suppose I can. Should we now restrain that guy overnight?
He's tied up.
He's already
Yeah, it's
tied
very
up.
tied up.
Oh, is he? When did we do that?
Have I been drunk this whole night?
I don't.
He's tied up. Was on the horse. Now he's on the ground.
No, but like really, when did people say they tied him
When
up?
we knocked him out, we said we knocked him out
Yeah,
and
we
tied him
tied
up.
him
Yeah. Threw him on the horse.
We can listen back.
I was.
Okay.
So you're doing first watch, Fury?
Sure.
What are you doing?
Need to remember. What does Fury do?
He reads.
See, I get confused because my other character definitely reads as well.
But you read storm books. Here.
Oh, yeah. So I would just keep reading my Primordial book.
Okay.
I'm probably just going through it sequentially now.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, trying not to miss anything.
No reason to
Go ahead and make a...
I don't know what I'm rolling.
Go ahead and make a... let's do just a straight intelligence check as you're reading through it.
So, 10.
10? Okay.
I can't intimidate it.
So...
Tell me your secrets, book. I don't...
You're reading through... and it's strange because as you're reading it, you're getting better at identifying the difference. Like some of it is written in Octan and Terra. Like you see these different forms of primordial. It's all primordial, but like it's different forms of the script. And you get to this one part, and it's just it sticks out to you. It says. And also, you see handwritten note in what languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, Dwarvish, Gnomish, and then...
It's a Dwarvish. Written off to the side of this little phrase. It says,
Fury's learned.
a crashing wave to swallow the soul.
I am such a slow... I spelled Dwarvish. I'm sorry.
He's still on board.
I'm so slow.
So, a crashing wave to swallow the soul.
You need like a projector with your words.
A purging flame to free the world. A tremor of earth. Of earth to move the mountains. A whirling storm to erase the destroyers.
Okay.
The note off to the side, it's written in Dwarvish script, says hidden meanings, ? And then it says underneath, like there's a line, and then underneath it, it says protecting the material plane. The last one stands out to you.
Still in the Dwarvish?
So that was all Dwarvish there.
Okay.
No, but the last phrase just kind of sits in your mind a little bit.
The whirling storm to erase destroyers?
Mm-hmm. Like, just the first few words.
Mm-hmm.
Just as you're just kind of sitting there. It's unsettling because you haven't really thought back to the events. Go and make me a wisdom saving throw.
19.
19. Your mind begins to race, and like as you're just kind of sitting there, you close your eyes for a split second, and everybody else go and make a perception check.
While we're sleeping?
Yeah.
So at disadvantage or
Yeah, disadvantage.
We still had 5.
Oh, we just still had
I got
5.
natural 20.
Natural-
Even
disadvantage.
Ah, shoot.
So 16.
I thought it was advantage.
Plus that.
You are really light
41.
sleeper.
31?
Okay, well, it's still 20 now, not now.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yep.
Holy crap!
14.
All my
She's so
characters.
perceptive.
Every one of them.
Wait, I get
What'd you roll?
17 plus 5 is 22.
22, no.
14.
No.
20, not natural.
No. Ash,
What was the
You-
save on that? Just curious.
25.
Woo!
It wasn't a save.
Or
It was,
whatever.
It was a perception.
The check.
You kind of are waiting to be woken up and stuff, you know, for whatever watch you're taking. And you just feel this weird kind of like blowing sensation kind of on your face. And you kind of flutter your eyes open a little bit. You look over in the direction of Fury, and you see his eyes are closed, and you can just see he's breathing heavily. And you just see the dirt, the air around him is just slowly swirling on the ground. As he's just sitting there, his eyes are closed, and you can just see he's like breathing heavily, and then you just see this jet of lightning in it, and then you just see it kind of shoots off, and you can just see it traveling up into the sky, and then you hear this. Fury, you kind of take another couple deep breaths. You didn't feel any of that stuff that was going on. And you take another deep breath, and then you kind of open your eyes again. It's still. You can see the ashes awake.
Do you do that every time you have a watch?
What? Read my book?
You were like, there was air going around you, and it was really weird, and you were like sparking. And you were breathing really weird.
I don't recall any of that.
You were breathing heavily. You didn't. Your eyes were closed. You were just thinking about. You were lost in your memory.
I was just caught up in the book.
What kind of book is it?
You want to read?
I'll look at it. I'll go over and look at
Do
it.
you read Primordial?
No.
No.
I know.
It's a weird script that it is just flowing and changing in different. And the script is just constantly changing between all the letters and stuff, and it looks like gibberish, just like scratches and scrawlings that not even close to what you've seen like other languages to be, or like written text.
That's a weird book. Not a lot of pictures.
It's right up my alley, though.
Okay, I'm gonna go before you start farting up tornadoes again.
You
I have no response to that.
you keep reading for a couple more seconds, and the line underneath it also just kind of stands out to you. It just says, "Many of the chosen are hunted down and killed. For the fear they will bring about the destruction foretold in the stories." That's in the Primordial script. Is there anything else you wish to do on your watch?
I think that's enough.
Who's taking second watch?
Take a second, I'm assuming I'm still awake.
Okay.
Okay, no.
Me. I can go with Ash.
Who does
Doesn't
it?
matter. I'll go with Ash.
Okay. Okay. So,
So he
Fury, you end up going to sleep. Ash and Callie, you guys doing anything?
I'm horrible at watching. I don't know if I know what to say.
Do you have your list of books?
I do have my list of watches that I kind of gave up on.
It's time to.
I have the most written down for Ash anyway.
Oh.
Because I asked her so many
You
questions.
guys probably do take watches, yeah.
We take watches a lot together.
I did want to ask you about that thing you said I did that one time where I was like, you said I looked all weird and stuff.
Yes.
I don't really know anything about it, but I feel like you wouldn't lie.
No. I mean, I had never seen it before, and I absolutely would not lie about that. Kind of forgot what happened.
She turned pitch black with gold
Sucked the
glowing
life out.
eyes and basically sucked the life out of these undead creatures and then us. And then came back as if nothing had happened, and she didn't, fail all 3 death saving throws.
That's right. I relay that. I forgot. I remember that it was like
What's a death
this
saving
evil like demon type thing, but I couldn't really remember. Okay, so I relay that to you.
So I just did all that stuff?
Yeah, but then you came back and it was like nothing happened.
So I don't remember anything.
Do you remember anything before it?
I remember going down, but that's all I remember.
Okay, so you remember getting knocked down. I don't know. It was like not normal, but I don't really know much about like magic stuff or.
Well, I don't think I've ever done it before. Nobody's told me. I guess I wouldn't remember though, but I don't even know how to.
It's not like something like your kind does.
I don't think
I
so.
say that in a really like timid, like nice way though, like not trying to be rude. Because I don't know
think
much
we
about
do
like the
that.
Feywild.
I feel like I would have heard about it at least once.
Yeah. Have you had any like weird people talking to you? I hear like that happens with magic people.
Like in general, just like on the street? Or...
No, like in your head or something.
I don't think so. I can't remember any.
I don't remember anything either. I'm grasping here.
Just the normal ones with the
There's the
stuff.
dreams.
Well, are you intentionally covering up the dreams and not wanting to talk about it?
Not mentioning them.
Okay, make a deception check then.
I don't know if it counts.
Insight.
Because I'm really asking because I don't have any clue. Because I don't know anything about magic stuff. Insight?
Yeah.
Even if I don't really care if she's lying to me?
That's up to you. Yeah, so you can
I guess I'd
roll.
want to know and then I don't have to press
Yeah.
it. 17? 20?
20. She's being honest. It doesn't seem like there's anything
I don't really care either
anything
way.
like that.
It's
Well,
night 21.
21. Okay, sorry. Thank you. I know I have notes on it.
What's night 21?
The event.
Oh, yeah, right there.
The event.
Ash turned black with gold eyes. Gold eyes. Does
Ash
that mean
had
anything
funky
to you?
dream. Oh, there went full lich. Got that down too.
I literally only have one sentence though. Ash turned black with gold eyes after she was knocked out. Then she took life from Callie. Life force from Callie. Anyway.
Ash went black and crazy, sucked life from people.
That's,
I didn't even know
that's
that.
what happened.
Well, I also have that's when the Deathwalker saw us, and we started on the edge of the zombie city.
Mm-hmm.
I try to say
So-
where we start because that gives me some sort of frame of reference. I didn't this time, so.
I mean, we could try to figure out what happened.
How?
Well, I don't know. Maybe Enid would knock her out again, see what happens again.
It's just you
I
two.
mean, I've been able to
Have you
read all
gone
these-
down?
Huh?
Have you gone down since then? I don't really remember. In a battle? Wonder if it would happen again.
I don't know if I want to find out that
No,
way.
I don't really want to find out that way either. I'm just,
Don't want to, but I mean, there's no other way.
as I draw my sword, I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
It's a science project. You understand.
Yeah. I mean,
That's something.
so we don't
Alva
really
do.
know if it was just like a one-time thing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have just been because we were in that place. But I can read these books I couldn't read before. I pull out one of the whatever book, the Bizzle. I can read all this now, and I couldn't read it before.
Would I recognize that language at all?
Make history check.
Natural 20.
You have the script is abyssal. You know that much. You know that in terms of the abyss, it's all about demonic, and it's based in
I would know it's a demon language.
demon language. language, the language of demons. Yes.
Right. Okay, so you couldn't read this before,
Mm-mm.
and after it happened, now you can read this. And this
The
is
order it happened in. Yes.
this is and this is like a demon language, and you kind of looked like a demon. Do you think you're possessed?
What? How does that
I
even
don't
happen?
know. Maybe our cleric would know.
Did she do possession or the exorcisms?
Maybe she
Did she
could.
do possession?
Maybe she
She
could.
did it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so she charges extra for that. Maybe I don't know.
But
Maybe
she's got
Enid
that
would
big
know.
title now. Maybe that's part of it.
I know. Maybe we should ask her.
The orientation.
Yeah, part of orientation is figuring out exorcisms. Well,
Skipped orientation.
I don't know. I'm just kind of worried about you.
Well, I'm more worried than I was now.
Well,
I might
well,
be possessed.
I mean,
Get it out of me.
I don't know. I'm just trying to connect the dots, but if it's something, we probably need to help you get rid of it.
Yeah, I'd like to figure it out in case it happens again, but I guess
Yeah,
I'll-
because you don't remember it, so that's the scarier part.
Yeah.
And you sucked my life out of me.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. I'm blaming the demon.
There might not be a demon.
I won't respond to that. Well, I don't know. I'm willing to help you figure it out, though, because I would be scared if it were me.
Thank you. Just don't try to kill me.
Oh, no, I won't try to kill you.
I feel like all you did is make her panic this whole.
I know, I do. I feel like I did panic her,
Two
and I
steps
wasn't trying
backwards.
to. I was trying to help her.
Maybe we can wake up Enid for her watch and ask her if she knows anything about exorcism and demons, and then we can go to sleep.
That might be a good idea. And really try to pay attention to your dreams, because if you have something weird, maybe they're trying to, like, talk to you. That happens to, like, magic people all the time. That I've heard.
So go and make a perception check, and don't forget to add your 5 to the roll because of Ashley's feature.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Oh,
What is that total, though?
Huh?
With all your pluses.
33.
It's,
Well, I only
it's
had
a-
21.
Yeah.
That was
It's
good.
a beautiful night, and
It's the anxiety. It's
you
really
know,
got me focused.
from the battle before, you don't see anything that that could be harmful. Or you do see a couple of animals off in the distance, and just carry on their way. They actually get pretty close.
Cute animals?
Yeah, a couple of deer.
I was going to say frolic with
Just
them
wave
as a
at them.
deer.
I
They
thought about
can't
it.
see you.
I'm still waving.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's
they
just an impulse.
They keep going. All right. So Enid, you get woken up by Ash and Callie for your watch.
I ask you about exorcisms and demons, and then I go to sleep.
Do I know anything
Do you
about
stay awake for the
exorcism?
answer?
Make a religion check.
Probably.
I could see it's like, what do you know about exorcism?
I'd
Going to
probably
sleep.
stay awake long enough for her to reply. History?
I can just see you.
Oh,
What do
religion.
you know about exorcisms?
10.
10. You know that there are things such as possessions. There are, what she's talking about. You were around. Did you see it?
Mm-mm.
You didn't see it?
I think it was just
Heard
us
it.
two.
Yeah. Demons, for the most part, are just forces of chaos, like uncontrolled chaotic evil. A lot of times, though, and so while they are abyssal in nature and what she's talking about, a lot of times the undead have associations with it, but that's not what you're picking up to be what she's mentioning. It's more of so you're not like, that's your familiarity with it, is undead is a part of the abyss, chaos and stuff. That's where your main focus is. from what was described to you, that doesn't seem like so. It's that it's related to undeath.
Did happen
So
in the
I
undead
say-
plane.
That back. I don't think it being in that place had anything to do with what happened to you. Right.
Mhm.
Well,
it's some good waking up from sleep conversation.
Well, try having it before you go to sleep.
That's a good point.
we thought maybe if you knew something about it, we could help her. And I told her to kind of keep an eye on like dreams, because doesn't that happen with like, you know, magical people who are connected to some sort of
Sure, yeah.
special thing?
You can have all sorts of dreams. Yeah.
Right, and they could like speak to you, so I don't know
Do
anything
some
about that.
research on it. I don't really know much about what my new title means, so maybe we'll just all do some research on different things.
Yeah, and we can try to figure it out.
Figure it out together. We're on this journey together.
Right, we didn't wake him up yet, did we?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so you two go to sleep.
Yep.
You wake up.
I'll wake up soon.
Ah!
How are you feeling well rested?
So you wake up normally.
Yeah.
He always wakes up screaming.
That's a-
I hope you do.
That'd be a great character trait.
Yes. He's so good.
Has it been a quiet night so far?
Yeah. I think so. They said they saw some animals, but
Did you ever think when we were kids that we'd be out here doing all this? I mean, I know we were pretty sure we were going to do all this, but did you really think we were going to do all this?
probably not.
Like, I don't know. I know I'm great. I know that.
Mm.
But I'm starting to think maybe, you know, someday we could actually kill a dragon. You know, not right now. But, like, I know that was, like, a fantasy as a kid type of thing, but I don't know if it's out of reach anymore.
Maybe we should ask Trin how her dragon hunting is going.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure
That's what she was doing, wasn't it?
that's what she thinks she's doing.
Oh, so that's what they
I'm
said.
fairly certain she was hunting pseudo-dragons and thought they were real dragons. That's the impression I got, but... Also, I
Yeah,
should
'cause
do those
DM limits me.
tonight before I go to sleep, not first thing in the morning.
True. Well, we'll catch up with her later. I'm sure she's fine chasing her pseudo-dragon.
I mean, usually she's just gushing over how much she misses me. And, there's only so many times you can hear that.
Yeah. Do you think we should check in with Victoria, or do you think it's fine, since she hasn't contacted us?
We'd used our thing today.
Okay, is it only a one use?
It's one time per day.
Oh, so maybe then. Want
But
to
I
save it?
don't know if we used it yesterday. Well, we used it yesterday, but this is a new day, right? Is
Yeah.
it a new day? I don't know how it works when you're on
It's
third watch.
not yet.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
I feel like we used it yesterday.
I think you did.
It was a long day.
It was a long day. Plus, I think Fury has that one. Unless you have the one that my sister has.
No, I wanted the.
Oh, no, I still have both.
I wanted the shiny one, but you didn't give it to me for some reason.
Oh. I don't even remember who I gave it to.
I think I have the one Victoria.
Okay. Cool, I have them both written down, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
It
Well,
doesn't
I
matter.
mean, you got them both saved.
So what are we doing once we get to Kingdom's Crossing? How are we getting this bounty off Fury's head?
Where do you go to turn in a bounty? With the sheriff? Is that a thing?
What? I've been there. What is the ruling like in Kingdom's Crossing?
Kingdom's Crossing is a very similar to Kromstag in terms of structure, but there are influences from each of the kingdoms there. It's essentially a traders and merchants paradise.
Do I know what the law enforcement is like?
Law enforcement is typically volunteers that are that live in the city, and the merchants pay for them to kind of man a city guard. Essentially, if anybody goes into any taverns and causes a ruckus or anything like that, they have their own bouncers and whatnot. They've got their own people, but for the majority of the city, it's just a basic local watch.
So is there a place that we would turn in this Brennan guy?
You could probably go to one of the local pubs, and you there's a lot of times where individuals, other bounty hunters, they might charge you a fee to like finish off. Like sometimes bounty hunters will people will bring in people, give them to the bounty hunters, and then send them on their way, taking a cut of the fee, and then the bounty hunter will turn them in. So if to the specific area that they've been requested to be delivered.
We do that.
We do that, and
Then we turn in Fury. No, I'm just kidding.
well, we would be a lot even richer.
Not just.
We would be,
We
but
get that house built.
it's true. I just don't know if we should just go find his dad and, talk common sense into him. I don't get the idea that that's going to work out real well.
No, maybe we should check in with Callie's parents again at some point and see if they have any advice about how to deal with him. Weren't they doing something? Gonna try to talk to him, I think. Yeah.
I just don't know if we should continue on to Yondor if we don't have a plan for facing his dad in case we run into people where he might be known.
That's a good point.
It's one thing in Kromstad where he probably hadn't been a whole lot versus his hometown.
Yeah. People might recognize him.
We can talk to everyone, but if we don't have a good plan, we may want to, I don't know, head south, turn in the bones of De Tervino, and I don't know what else is on our to-do list.
Is that where this mom and 2 kids are from? Down there?
Yep. I'm going to take them too.
Escort them home if that's what they want.
Yeah. We'll ask the group
I
in the
thought I was
morning.
waiting for a second. No.
Yeah.
All right. So you go and make perception checks.
Have I been to Kingdom's Crossing before?
You've passed through.
Okay.
20.
20.
That's right. 24.
24. You do see a few figures off towards the main road.
I killed them all.
You can see that it appears to be maybe 6 that appear to be little caravan of people just kind of walking, and you can see that the horses are kind of laden with materials and stuff, but they go by without issue.
All right. We'll wake everybody up in the morning.
Okay. So
I assume Brennan just awkwardly stared at some group of people during the watch. And
Yeah.
I don't know which one. He just awkwardly
yeah. Let's see. Okay. Well,
What if he was up and just heard your whole conversation about maybe turning Fury?
Well, you'd already been hinting at it pretty heavily.
Well, I didn't think we were letting him live.
Also,
Okay.
Kromstad region.
there's no Furious. You didn't introduce yourself.
No, we didn't mention anyone by name.
We haven't said any names yet.
father and
Okay. So you guys wake up. And you can see that. Did you gag Brennan at all?
He's tied up. I don't know if we gagged him. He could talk to you.
Probably the moment he started making too much noise, I would have.
Okay. So at some point he gets to taunting you and whatnot, and you guys put a gag in his mouth, and you guys continue on your way.
I'll change into how many people could a draft horse carry?
A draft horse? I mean, you could probably carry the
kids in
wife
the
and the 2 kids. It's fine.
How many people could a giant goat carry?
About the same, except for you can climb up the side of a mountain.
Alright, I'll do the draft horse. It's a lot less conspicuous.
Okay. Yeah. So if you're going up a mountain, giant goat's definitely the way to go.
I mean, I feel like the goat's always the way to go. Though.
That's true.
Horse.
Yeah.
Well, you can be a giant eagle now. How many
Still
can that
good
carry?
If we want to walk a little faster.
If we want to go faster, you can have your goat for you, me, and Fury.
You took both of the
and
kids last time.
Her
But
and
still, we
his
stopped
own
the horse,
horse
though,
on
so
the
we'd stop to be on the ground.
Yeah.
You can ride with Brennan.
I'm sensing
I could.
be something brewing there.
Yeah. She did frisk him.
Yeah.
I thought that was me.
You
She
did
was
too.
teasing him awfully heavy.
She was. He seemed to enjoy it.
I'm sure he did.
I liked him better as a pig.
Yeah, me too.
Ooh, we could do that again.
I would look right at him. We can, can't we?
I know you can't move, but you still have. That's been driving me nuts. You still got that piece of grass in your teeth.
Oh. I thought you were saying on me.
No.
I was like, oh, sorry.
No, the guy, he's all bound up. But I was like, I know you can't move.
If something's stuck in my beard, I'm really sorry, man.
Got a big booger hanging there.
I just made the connection. All right, so you guys
He had
continue
been on the
traveling.
camera the whole
It's
time.
still,
Nobody said
it's still going to take you another day, so you will have to set up camp for the evening before you get there. Before we get there, you remember that probably the main attraction there is called the Drought of the Gods. Is the name of the tavern there, and you also know that that's the largest tavern, gambling house.
Oh boy!
In the entire of Kingdom's Crossing.
What's it called?
The Drought of the Gods. Okay, got it somewhere. Oh, I pulled it out of my notes already. Here we go. Okay, yeah, Drought of the Gods. So drought as in DRAUGHT.
Yeah.
Like you would like a drought. That's what they call it in England.
No, not like drought. Because I think it would
I thought that
also
was
sound.
draft.
It also sounded cool.
But they also call it
like
a drought.
a
Gotcha.
drought of the gods. The gods don't look at this place. It's too corrupt.
No,
Vegas.
I'm keeping it.
no, it's the different kind of drought, as in drink of the gods.
Got it.
So yeah, and you do know that the bartender there, Snivelorn, you've called him Sniffles.
Of course.
He's a deep gnome.
Oh.
Very.
Why do you think the moon is
Eeyore-ish.
this way?
In all of his manners.
He's so deep.
So, yeah. But he's always a pleasure to talk to you because he's the exact opposite of you.
Got it.
How many times have I been to here?
You have not.
Not
you,
to the tavern, but not
not even. I would say you never really ventured that
Okay.
far. Even through your travels and whatnot, it was mainly, like to other estates that other individuals might have off into a different, like a prime location on
Okay.
the side of a lake or, yeah. So.
I don't know how much we should discuss. We've got Brennan here.
Yeah, we can discuss, and once we turn him in, and maybe get a drink at that, famous pub.
Yeah, Sniffles will be glad to see me. He loves hearing all about how great I am.
And I'd love to meet him from all you've told.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess
So
we'll
you
just go
guys
another day.
camp for another evening. Watches go by. You wake up, and it's about 4 more hours, and then you'll be there. So probably roughly 20 miles of travel. So you continue traveling onto the road, and it's been interesting. The landscape's been slowly changing. The kind of the place you're in is a little bit. It's a little different. The trees have become a little bit more lush. You see a lot more of your fall weather. It is getting colder right now. Sorry. But you guys have kind of been going, and you can see kind of shifted out of the grasslands, the plains and whatnot, to a little bit more of luscious forests and stuff that are not like very full, but like there's a lot of trees that evenly spaced out and whatnot. But yeah, you have entered a different region. The beginning regions of Yondur and Ventark. So if you went directly south from here, you would be in the region of Ventark. And Yonder is the furthest reaching to the east. So the regions. So
Ash, have you ever been to Kingdom's Crossing?
I'm a horse.
You can not. Well, you still a horse? That was a day ago.
I assumed I'm still carrying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Horse, have you been to Kingdom's Crossing? Okay.
All right. So you guys end up making it towards there, and you can see as you get closer, you can see a short wall, maybe about 8 feet tall.
Tall wall.
Comparative to what Kromstog was, you can see that this 8-foot tall wall encircles this large sprawling buildings on the inside, and you can see they're painted different colors. You can see different architecture as you're getting closer to the city. You begin already hearing a commotion. You see people going in and out, and it's quite a different atmosphere from where you were just quite a few minutes ago.
So as we're approaching, I'm going to cast Alter Self on myself.
Okay, what do you change yourself to look like?
I think I'm going to probably go with, what'd you call me, that one? Derek?
Mm-hmm.
Going with Derek. The redhead, a bit older, probably in mid-30s.
Okay.
Trusty assistant Derek.
All right. So,
Because that's a thing now.
okay. So you take on your alter ego, Derek, and you begin making your way into Kingdom's Crossing. And immediately, as soon as you enter it, you can see there are people with outstretched hands, like begging for money, and right next to them are vendors that are offering you fruits and like pulling at you, trying to be like, "Ooh, please buy these exotic fruits. They're fantastic." And then, but as you guys are continuing making your way in, a couple people like kind of look at you carrying this individual on the horses. They kind of like giving you a sideways glance as you guys are going in, but
Don't worry, official Sinjin business.
but yeah, so you do know the largest building in the area is the Draught of the Gods. It is a main central hub for everything. It also has rooms, has like villa style rooms that are like off to the way more expensive.
That's what we need.
Would we want to take a break before getting into this whole city? It's almost 9.
Yeah.
Oh, we can if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, an actual break in real life.
Yeah. Well,
I was like,
we will hear in just a second.
we're almost there.
So let's head to the Draught of the Gods. I'm sure we can find somewhere to turn in our wonderful friend.
Mm.
I'm gonna assume I can stop carrying the people now
Okay.
and drop my phone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whee! The kids fall out.
Yep, bye. Just kick
And
them
then
off.
maybe at least find some rooms before we go enjoy the city for the day.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Here they have, well, I know they have fancy ones that I normally can't afford, but I feel like we should be able to this time.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy what
We
ones?
deserve it.
What?
Fancy what?
Rooms. Not
Hmm.
just like your standard little bed and maybe a chair in the room. These are much nicer.
So you guys begin approaching this large structure. Beautiful wooden, not like in the construction of a log cabin, but you can see that it's made of wood, but it's like beautiful artistry. It decorates the entire exterior of it. Columns, beams that just give it a very old but beautiful feeling.
For some reason I'm imagining Great Wolf Lodge.
Yes, something very similar to that, where it's pretty close to the same size. This place is. It's big. So Kromstog has its own, giant palaces made of sandstone, and so this is just kind of a weird sight to see in the middle of this city. That's where we're going to go and take a break real quick before you guys enter in, and we will see you guys in about 10 minutes.
And we're headed to the tavern.
Heading to the tavern. Okay, so you guys are on the outside. You can hear already some loud cheering and laughing from inside. You can hear, it sounds like a band playing off in there. But
we did get fully healed, didn't I? Didn't change that.
Oh, you have to move your box.
So it should fit. Oh, unless he does it that way.
all right, so you guys will be entering down there.
Oh gosh, we need our people.
Just so you know where you
I didn't know
are.
we were fighting.
Doesn't mean you're fighting.
No, you're gonna go do
I
fun
am.
stuff.
If a guy comes out, I'm killing somebody.
Look, you can go throw some darts.
Where are we?
Or axes.
There you go.
You guys just enter in.
Put these out somewhere.
Well, where's the door? Here?
No, over there.
Oh. What's the? Oh, to the rooms. That's right. Well, probably gonna stable the horse somewhere. Is there a stable here?
You can get them stabled after you get in and stuff, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
We'll say that that's one of your first things. Is,
Yeah.
Go stand on the stage.
Fury fell over already.
he's so drunk.
Being around all that alcohol.
You just inhaled it.
Yeah.
Oh, Derek.
Derek has a drinking problem.
Poor Derek. All right, so you immediately, right in front of you, you see this horseshoe bar that's right down the middle. If you guys been to Bar Louie, where it has like the right down the middle is where it's got a liquor all around. You can walk. You can essentially walk all around, and there's liquor on both sides. You can see several kegs set up that are for pouring beer and drinks and whatnot. You can see that there are numerous patrons that are currently situated all around. Oh, thank you.
That's your.
It's free.
Various different assortment of races and whatnot.
Is that the bartender?
Yeah,
It's a gnome.
It's a little bit.
it's a deep gnome. You can see.
Are there a lot of deep gnomes on the surface?
Not a lot.
Okay.
Is that the equivalent of drows for gnome?
No. Gnomes are deep gnomes are neutral.
Okay.
They're not evil in any way. It's just they like living below the ground.
Well, most gnomes are like lawful good, so neutral is a gnome evil in the D&D world.
No!
But it's very, very packed.
Chill Tim before.
Oh,
We'll go ahead.
These guys several times.
That's how we're
Actually,
entering.
switch this.
Hello, everyone's nervous.
Yeah,
Having
but
an
there's so
make a toast.
what you see is a bunch of tables and whatnot over here on the right side, various different sizes. You see some standing tables, tables with chairs. Back here, you can see a large dance floor. There's actually a few people out dancing to the music and whatnot. A large open area, and you can see that there is a sign that, and you notice on the right, as you can see a bunch of rooms and whatnot. You can see the large villa ones, and then you also saw some smaller ones that were further down. But yeah, you can see that. Off to your left hand side, you can see there are currently people throwing axes. Right next to that, they're throwing darts at these targets and whatnot. And then you see what appear to be 4 card tables that are set up on the left side there. So, and then it looks like there's an area that leads up to a patio. So, you guys have entered into the Draft of the Gods.
Sniffles!
You see the deep gnome who's got very white hair that's kind of just spiked up and like very thin. You can see he's got a long nose that comes down to about like right here. So like comparatively to your other gnomes that are typically out, his schnoz is just massive. And his skin is a very tint gray purple, grayish blue. And so you just kind of see him and he just slowly looks up.
Don't act like you don't miss me.
Hi.
Come on, give me a hug. Give me.
I'm working.
Okay. I'm
Oh.
You
busy.
say he was
Hold on.
a friend?
Hold on.
Yeah. Not best friends or anything like that.
Oh, well.
Are
Well,
you...
St. John, it's good to see you.
Do you know what to do with, can someone bring Brendan up here? We got a bounty to turn in. Do you know who we'd talk to?
Oh,
Not sure.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, he was on the horse.
yeah.
Did we bring?
We've got
Give
him.
me a second. You see he walks back over to the left there.
This is actually
You
him in a good mood.
Oh.
You see an
Give it a
individual.
bad
He stops by an individual. At that moment, you see a nice purple hat sitting on top of the bar, and hey, Tiergon, there's some people here that said they have a bounty. All right. So you see he stands up, begins making his way over there, sees you.
I would.
Fancy hat, how's it going?
The hell are you doing here?
Oh, thought I'd try my hand at bounty hunting. Got this here Brennan fellow. I believe he's worth a couple shekels.
50 gold.
I don't know how to do this. I was hoping you could help me out here.
I see you've brought the rest of your crew.
Yeah? Yeah.
Are you still there?
We've changed out some members.
Yeah, I'd still be there.
That's true, we have changed
Yeah,
our
I
members
wouldn't
this year.
recognize.
Okay, yeah.
We've unfortunately lost a couple disciples over the past month or so, but we've replaced them.
Well, all right. Well, are you still running around with that forlorn fella?
I saw him once back in Kromstog, but haven't seen him here.
After we saw you?
Yeah, afterwards I ran into him, but I haven't seen him here in Kingdom's
Make a
Crossing.
deception check.
Ooh, not great, not great. 18.
Oh, God.
All right. Hey, Elle.
Weird. I mentioned Jeff's upstairs. You
Never
know,
gonna believe
it's
it.
been too long. He's
You
bound
see
to
Elle,
be thrown in
the
again.
female elf, walks up next to him.
Lovely to see you again, my lady.
Yes, it's a pleasure to see you again. Anyway, who the hell's this piece of meat?
Brennan Swartz.
Marin?
Marin.
Sword sickle.
He's got a
We
50
already-
gold bounty.
You see, he pulls it up, and you see that. So I'm just going to move them up over to here. You can see they have a dwarf, a female dwarf, with them now. In addition to that,
Is the wizard with him?
Yeah.
That's this.
Okay.
you can see that she's kind of like eyeing all of you very closely, just kind of looking around. You do see at one point she begins to motion what appears to be a spell. You have, what spells do you have?
What did you just want to see my sheet?
No,
Don't know if you have counter spell.
no. Do you have detect magic?
No.
Do you have detect magic?
I have dispel magic. Can I dispel a spell as it's being counted?
No, it's
as
counter spell. No.
No, I don't.
I don't remember.
No.
There.
Okay. You wouldn't know the arcane way of like you usually your magic is different when you summon it forward, but you can see that she finishes casting a spell and just kind of looks around and just kind of looks at you.
That doesn't show what it is, though, right? That just shows that
Reveals-
there is magic.
It reveals the type of magic that currently
So
is
they would know it's.
transmutation.
Right, but
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily. Okay.
Yeah. It's not like identify where it would say, "Oh, he's using alter self," but you can. She kind of does that, looks at you a little bit, and Tiergon continues exchanging pleasantries with you. Well, so what are you wanting us to do? Take it off your hands?
Yeah, I really don't want to carry him around anymore, and I understand you take a cut or something, but how do I get rid of this fellow and get some coin for him?
Well, Looks like he's wanting to head. They're wanting him back in Chromstoke, so 50-50. It's a long journey. We have to keep him fed and all that stuff.
I think that sounds fair. 25 gold, and you have yourself a bounty.
Fair enough. All right. So he hands you 25 gold, and
Can I make an insight check on the wizard
yeah, go ahead.
using the new one? So that would be 14.
What are you trying to insight?
Basically, does she suspect me?
She knows that there's someone that is hiding their identity.
Is this what she did when we first met? Do I?
It is.
But you weren't disguised at that point.
Nope.
That's why it didn't work.
But-
necessarily.
Well, no. It detected his magical essence. Just
Right.
kind of.
And
who
if
he
she did it
was.
again, she knows.
I don't notice any of that. I'm talking to my buddy.
You can see she looks around the whole room and whatnot. Well, enjoy your stay. Well, Tirgon, I think we should be off. All right. You see they exit.
They take the guy.
I assume they take Brennan.
Yes, they take one. So,
Well, that was fun and pleasant. It's always good to catch up with old friends.
Yeah, Callie, they're not friends. They almost killed us.
Okay,
Yeah, so don't go chatting with them.
good
Yeah.
to know.
They know.
Should we get?
They know.
They know. No.
Well, at least there's no chance they're hanging around here. They're heading straight back for Kromstog. It'll be
Yeah.
out of our hair.
I don't think.
They said they had
Wait,
to
what
go
do you
back,
mean? They
right?
don't know what? What do they know?
Should we do something?
No, but he's told me about the bounty and everything.
Yeah, but she doesn't know.
I don't know anything about them.
He is a bounty hunter. His name's Tirgon. He's got a great hat. Got it off of another bounty somewhere. Won't tell me what hat shop might sell it, but we're working through that kind of thing. Elle's really pretty, but she's a little moody and everything. I don't know the dwarven lady, but she seemed nice. Oh, they want the bounty on our friend.
And they probably know it's gone considerably up.
I don't know if they do.
Oh, do they? Oh, is that not public?
It is. It's public.
Oh, it is public? Okay.
So would we not want to stay here tonight then?
I'm kind of getting nervous to stay here.
Might
We've
be
already
best to
kidnapped him
just
once.
move on.
Do you think they're really going to do anything during daylight hours
Probably
here?
not during daylight, but we could leave before the night.
They
We wouldn't have to
snuck
stay.
into our room and took me while I was sleeping.
Wouldn't they assume that we're going to stay the night?
They,
So if we hang out for a little bit and
they're
then just
probably
leave?
keeping an eye on us right now.
I'm going to go look outside and see if they walked off.
go ahead.
19.
19. You. Yeah, you don't see him.
So we could get a cart
Coast is clear.
and
A cart? Why are we getting carts?
We love
we have
carts.
all these people. We have the mom and the kids still.
But they all did. The three left through the front door.
Yeah.
I guess we got one less person now, and I've got a horse, and you can be a horse. So.
I just think a cart slows us down
Agreed.
sometimes.
I mean, I can carry people if we're taking them. Just won't
Or
be
we
in a
just fortify the room if we stay here.
So you guys are just kind of currently standing
I
there.
assume we've moved in.
I assume
Oh,
we-
oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was just
Yeah,
curious
we're
of
not-
what you were
yeah.
doing. You
And
guys could have
maybe-
moved over to a table or something
Yeah,
like
we've
that.
got drinks maybe.
Okay.
or-
Yeah.
So Sniffles, get you guys some drinks.
Table.
Everybody go and just make a general perception check as you step on it.
Okay.
13.
19 again.
10.
17.
18.
Never have the best. You guys do.
You, as you guys are all kind of meandering about, Fury, you're kind of like just still a little bit in shock, but you You do hear, kind of over there, you just hear someone go, oh, you sick. Just, that's all you hear.
Okay. Oh. I got it.
So you hear that.
I was gonna be so upset.
Sorry. I would poke you.
What?
I heard your friend's name.
What friend?
No. Your friend. The one you're always so happy to meet with. Yusik, was it?
Where?
That general...
You look over and you can see sitting at the bar that you got where Sniffles, this front bar here, and you can see sitting this just out in the open. You can see the bright purple violet eyes of Cardin Music sitting there, just chatting, having a good time with a bunch of people at the bar.
Do we know this guy? I don't know this yet. I don't think I was there.
It was
for
the
that.
exchange the night before.
Yeah, it happened right before I came around.
But she knows
Oh, but
this guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I do
you know this.
I do know. I know. Yes.
You're like best friends.
Did you
Yeah,
want to go
we're
talk
like
to him before he
buddies.
gets away again? He's tricky.
That's what I said though. Remember?
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk.
Oh,
Do you need backup?
Colin.
I mean, it doesn't have to be me, but she knows him.
Sure. Why not?
Let's go.
Yeah. Go
Talk to
see if he's
So
Cardin.
you guys are making your way over and
Is he this guy?
yeah, they want the rapier. Yeah.
Yep, they're flanking him.
Okay. Oh, hello.
Hi. Oh,
How
you're
you
having.
doing?
Oh, I'm doing really good. I've learned a
It's
lot
good to
about
see
you.
you.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
You weren't answering any of my questions, like
I
ever.
wasn't receiving any.
I want to talk to Sinjin about that.
Well,
He's
I
not-
mean,
He was in a
it's-
different dimension.
I wasn't on this
is what we
plane.
did.
I mean,
Well,
that.
where
it was in
were
the
you?
Feywild.
Why?
Why not?
Well, I'm trying
was-
to get there.
That's one of my patrons. Siddiq
Like,
Historian.
do you have the thing that I need? You know, the
Of
pipe?
course.
Can't I just have it?
No.
Why?
If you have something that people want, make them do something for you.
Or you could just give it to them.
You could. Yes, that is correct.
That would be
I think I would walk.
helpful.
I would walk up at this point. So what is it you want us to do?
Well, let's get to a little bit more of a side place instead of out in the open, shall we?
We shall.
Okay. So you guys move off.
just
You guys move off to the one of the side tables and kind of sit down there for a second. You can see he kind of leans back, and you guys begin talking for a couple seconds, just before anything. And at that moment, you see Tyrgon walk in, flanked by 8 other individuals, and he just says, "All right."
Cast invisibility on Fury.
Oh, he's already looking right at him. Okay, so you cast invisibility. Okay. So
Can
at
I
that,
do it under the table since I'm short and a gnome?
yeah, go ahead, do that. You see Cardin begins kind of looking up and down at those individuals, and you watch as he just kind of looks and he points at Tyrgon, and as he comes in like arms crossed.
Who's looking?
Cardin.
Oh.
Cardin looks across the table and he points. He sees you turn invisible, like kind of looks around and then just points at Tyrgon, and you watch as this crown appears on his head, and he just looks across the table and he just says, "I don't think you want to be in here anymore." And you see Tyrgon's like, "I don't want to be in here anymore. Let's go." And just them all walk out.
I don't know if it mattered, but I got 24 on my sleight of
I
hand
planned.
check.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I hoped Cardin would intervene, which is why I came up.
so great. Are we all at the same table
you see
then?
the
I literally panic every time this guy's name comes up.
You see Ella stays in there, and you can see that she begins casting a Dispel Magic, and you just see him flick his wrist, and fizzles out in her hands. Just does that to Elle, and you see she looks back at him, and you watch and you notice his eyes just kind of flare with this purple look, and you can see him lean closer, and then you can see like she moves away and like leaves the tavern. Well, that was rude, wouldn't you say? We were just trying to have a conversation. I can still hear your thoughts. You're still here.
I just didn't know if he would notice he's invisible. So he like walks over and then no one can see him. Do you know if you're invisible if you didn't get cast on you?
I feel like
I would say he was like sitting there and you just saw his arms disappear. So, well, sorry about that. They won't be bothering us again.
Thank you.
No problem. So, by the way,
am I still invisible?
I was playing around last time. It was just I enjoy games. So, but I do have a request of you. And I mean no offense, but our two patrons. Well, I guess that's not really a patron. He's a patron of some. I serve and gain my power from Cynic Extorian. He is an archfey in the Feywild.
We learned that from some bones.
Yes. Well.
We did.
Okay.
Anyways, he loves to play games, and I like to play games as well. He's instilled that in me, and I guess some of the nature of him comes out, and you know. So, but I do have what you're looking for. But all I have is a request, something that I'd like for you to get from me. And then we trade. No issues. Fair
What
trade.
is it?
Well, let me tell you. 1 second. There is tale of a magical item that has passed through the hands of many warlocks. Last known whereabouts, this magical item would take us far to the west, to the Draconian archipelago. However, my patron has learned that this item was stolen from the last known wielder, Ashot the Desolate, a servant of the once forgotten god's oinmentum, was slain in battle while carrying this item. However, it was never found on his person. Through research, we've discovered there was another warlock that traveled with him during that time. A tiefling known as Nanashi, servant of the archdevil Lord Kyo. Little is known about him, except he's extremely powerful, even more powerful than me. Which is not many.
Do we really need to make his ego even bigger as a character he's not even being?
Nope. Spencer's just like,
Anyway, he's one of the individuals that helped defeat the Titans. And I don't know if you're familiar with that story. There were Titans over on the Draconian archipelago. It's a whole thing. All I can tell you, though, is that he boarded onto his airship, flew across, and is stationed somewhere in Ventok. Other thing I can tell you is that he has a fascination with daggers. Not really sure why, but he does.
So, like, if we just give him a dagger, he'll give us the thing?
I don't think so, but he does like daggers quite a bit.
The
It
only
is always written in there that he's
never
covered
used a
in
dagger
daggers.
ever either.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, was he stabbed with daggers? Are they impaling him? I don't understand.
Maybe he just likes shiny things.
That could be. I'm not sure, but the magical item is a powerful warlock artifact. This can be utilized, and the patron can channel more magical energy through it. That is why I seek it. He was one of the most powerful warlocks that I've heard about and read about. So, do this. Get that for me, and he pulls out the panpipes, and you can have these.
That sounds simple, right?
Oh, super simple.
It's just,
Definitely not like a waste of time at all.
It's just a trading game.
What are we going to trade in?
I don't know, but we start small. We trade this piece of silver for something a little bit bigger, and we keep going. Eventually, we trade it for this thing, and then we get the panpipes, ultimate goal.
Well, I'm not exactly in a position to deny a request at this moment.
Yeah, what did you do to... Are they going to follow us, like, or is that, like, temporary?
If they decide to, just contact me. I'll find you. And I'll tell them to go away again, like I did this time. As long as I'm around you, I don't think they'll try to. I'm kind of scared, especially the wizard there. I don't think she realized how powerful I was. So. But yes. Would you like a round of drinks on me?
Oh, sure.
Sure, yeah.
Sniffles. Sniffles. I'm sorry. I keep calling you Sniffles. Snivels.
Isn't his name Sniffles?
Sniffles.
You said his name
I call
was
him
Sniffles.
I call him Sniffles. His good friends call him Sniffles.
Sounds better
Oh.
than Sniffles.
Am I not a good friend? Oh. Fair enough. All right, so, but yeah, he shares a drink around with you. If you have any questions that you want to ask him, he's just enjoying the company.
I think I would put on my more entrepreneur face around him now.
So do you actually change your face? Or?
No. Not-
He is no
well,
longer
actually, no. I
very-
would just go back to Fury.
Okay.
I have a random question.
Yeah.
I heard there's this magical weapon. It's a sword that sings. You ever heard of one of these things, or where one might be in this crazy old world of ours?
I've heard of tales of that. It's not really something that I was interested in, though.
Just
Sorry.
curious.
Couldn't tell you.
All right.
What's happening in the Feywilds right now?
Not good things.
Like what?
Well,
Oh, it's bad.
It's messed up there. You don't want to go there.
Just stay
the Unsleep Queen is encroaching on others there. It's not good. Overreaching for her power. Trying to get more than she needs, is how I would put it. That's what I was there for. I was putting up some magical protection in areas.
Do you think there's any way to stop her?
I don't know.
You don't think you're strong enough to do it?
Oh, hell no.
What
Not
about
even
this
close.
Nanashi guy? We could get
The
him
two
to-
archfays that I serve, or not the two that I serve, but Silcock's the historian. I mean, they can match her strength, but it's well beyond mine.
It's not good to hear.
She's trying to increase that power, which is why it's not good.
Yeah, I read that in a book.
Look. May I
Yeah.
see?
Whichever one it was, I'll find.
Okay, so you pull out the book, and he's just like, okay. You see him, he closes his eyes for a second, and then just, you can see his eyes flash with this arcane energy, and his eyes kind of remain faint bluish as he starts looking through and reading it, comprehend languages.
Is this the Abyssal book that I saw
yeah.
before?
Yeah. So you can kind of see he's going through it. Oh. Yes. I mean, this is an old book. It's obviously, but it's tells about her origins a little bit, but nothing new that we don't already know.
Can I like elbow her and be like, ask him? He might know.
I'm not asking him. He might be able to help
What are we asking him?
I think I was. I thought I was helping you with your mission.
She doesn't know what she did. That.
She sits pondering for a minute.
Maybe she forgot the question. Maybe you should ask him.
I'm a little bit curious about how you figured out how to read that language.
Well, I cast the
Now,
spell.
I'm not a magic user, so I have no idea. Okay.
Cast the spell.
Oh, do a lot of people know how to read that language without a
Oh
spell?
hell no. Oh, this is.
How do people learn it?
I'm sure it just happens sometimes.
Does that just happen that some people can just all of a sudden read it? Like, you know, 1 minute they can't, and then 1 minute they can.
Like 1 minute they're like
Normal, and the next minute they're not.
and then they can read it.
Does that happen like in your world a lot?
I've seen stranger things happen than a person being able to read a language or...
Yeah, that's not that weird.
But...
Are there demons in the Feywild?
I mean... There's demonic ties, but not necessarily demons.
Like people who can read this language?
I mean, people have used this language in different times, and some that are more of an evil or chaotic nature. I assume the Unsilly Queen would be one that would be something of that sort.
Unsilly?
Silly.
So, like, she's not very silly?
Silly.
Silly.
S-E-E.
Oh.
How come you can read that book?
I just can read it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
So the
it's
queen can read it? The queen could read this?
The Queen is...
She's a
she has a
god.
nature that could be...
I wouldn't know
somewhat
anything
tied to
about any of
demonic.
this.
She's a demon queen.
Not necessarily a demon queen, but she has some roots and some evil nature. Ties to the abyss.
Can I like give Fury like a look across the table? Kind of a knowing look, like, you know? I'm being very obvious.
I don't know how much I care.
Please care.
Fury might care.
Of course I roll like right in
Because
the-
you'd want to keep yourself safe, and she could be a liability if you don't understand it.
Now it turned into a persuasion check.
I noticed the look, but I don't know what you want me to do about it.
Does he say that out loud? No, I'm just
All this is out loud.
I probably would be like,
Got real awkward.
yes?
This is where I wish I could send or do something. Because in my mind, I feel like he might be the only person that can actually, like, maybe give us insight to this. But I wouldn't want to give her away and be unloyal, so I'm very conflicted right now.
Look, if you're that concerned, fine, I'll ask about it. But, you know, if somebody ever, like, turned black and then started sucking life out of everything, is that, like, normal, or does that just never happen, and then they can read books they couldn't read before, and they're happy?
Wait, what?
Yeah, does that happen
The
in
thing
the
you
Feywild?
talked about.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
does that happen like in the Feywild? Because it doesn't really happen here, where someone kind of like almost seems like they get possessed by a demon and then they like suck life
Please
force
stop
out of
talking in riddles and just tell me what the hell you're talking about.
I don't think it's a riddle. I
No,
think
that,
it just
that
happened.
actually happened.
Ashlyn died while we were in the...
I didn't die.
You definitely
she was-
died. And then turned pure black with gold glowing eyes and began sucking the life force from everything within who knows how close, then was perfectly fine after like 10 seconds and doesn't remember a thing about it.
And now she can read a fizzle.
Is it like a flu?
Is it like something we need to resolve and like get out of
Say
her?
flu.
I have no idea.
Insight.
Is
guess
it,
I would
is it like a flu?
17.
12.
22.
19.
You pick up just a faint bit of hidden.
I don't think I would at this moment. He just saved me from Tyrgon.
But you pick up on it.
Hmm. I can always reveal that later.
When he's gone. Okay.
I don't think he's going to reveal anything more.
Well, if you learn something, we would like to know because
If I do, I will let you know.
that's good.
Well, Ash, if you wouldn't mind, I'm getting ready to leave, but if you would walk me out, I'd be happy to just have a quick conversation with you, and then we, but yeah.
Or
Okay, so you guys make your way off towards that way.
We're gonna go play games.
You guys are gonna go play some games. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So before you do, you see an individual comes over to you. You and you actually recognize this individual. This is Ilvian, one of the elves that you ran across and saved from the Hellhounds.
The Jade Army guy.
Oh.
He comes over and he begins kind of wiping up the table a little bit, kind of cleaning it up, and he just says, "Oh, hello. Hi.
Hey.
I don't know if you remember me. I'm Ilvian.
Sinjin Psychoid,
Saved me
hero
from
of
those
heroes.
hellhounds. Yes, you are quite the hero. It is wonderful to see you.
Yeah, how have you been doing? Much better than last time we
Is
saw
this
you.
yes.
weren't they going like dragon hunting or going across the
They
sea?
were from down there.
They were from.
They
Okay.
were heading
To Yonder.
west.
Okay.
Did your friend make it here too?
We both made it a little bit further than almost to Yonder. We were caught by the Vanguard. I was released. My role in the army was presented to them, and I was not one of the ones. I was stationed in the Dragonlands. He was a prominent member in Etta, and from where I'm from, that was one of the worst culprits of servitude by force.
Got it.
It was not a good situation, and he is currently spending, I think, the next 50 years behind prison. I was let go and about to learn about my business. I have tabs kept on me. I'm on, I think they call it probation, making sure that I do not. And I will say, while this is not the life that I once lived, fighting dragons, it's peaceful. So, but I thank you.
How old is he? Like,
This you can see he's probably around 500 years old.
I'm not going to make a comment
cut
about
it.
it. You know, there's always time for things to change.
I'll whisper to you. This is totally weird, and it might be weird, but do you think it'd be too weird if I asked him to sign my Vanguard comic book? He lived it, you know. He was there.
Does he know your favorite?
Do you have them with
haven't
you?
I always keep at least one on me.
Is it the third volume?
Yeah.
I need that one.
Well, I mean, I know he's not a member of the Vanguard, but he was there, you know. I
mean-
think that'd be offensive because
I mean, I think he can hear us.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
I didn't know if you'd want to sign a comic book. It's just that.
This is. you can see like Jade Army being like mutilated and stuff, like being attacked and whatnot. And
I
he's
know
just
this is just one side of the story, but it's you were there and you lived this, you know, and that's awesome.
I actually was not there. I was stationed in the Dragonlands to the north, manning. The war was going on in the south. When the war erupted, I was still stationed in the north, and some of the members fled of certain cities, and I joined up with I think Zendelian was his name. But he, like I said, you want me to sign this?
Yeah, just like maybe next to this little Jade guy right here, I'll just pretend it was you.
What's the picture of the guy like? "Ah!"
Maybe he looks
Maybe a
heroic
different
on
one.
that
Look,
page.
this guy's not getting stabbed right there. This guy.
I suppose.
It's the least he could do for you saving his life.
There you go.
Thank you
That
so
is-
much.
That is a strange book.
This is our friend Callie.
Hello, Callie. It is nice to meet you.
She's
Nice
the
to meet you,
replacement for the
Shiny one.
shiny one.
Oh, yes.
She
Like that
unfortunately
demon
didn't make it
Oh,
to King's Crossing. She's somewhere else.
oh, so she's alive.
God.
As far as I know,
Oh, well, that's good. Strange way to put it, but oh well. Okay, well, you guys are having this discussion. He takes you over, kind of steps outside with you for a second, and he says,
Oh,
well, it was a pleasure to see you again. But I bid you adieu. Looks you kind of in the eye. and bows slowly, Your Highness. And then disappears.
Mm-hmm.
What? Did we hear that?
Nope.
They're outside. We're getting comic side.
As he kind of just looks and stares you in the eye.
Oh,
and teleports out.
Cardin said that. I thought that this Jade Army guy went on.
I
was
thought
like,
so for a
I
second.
was like,
but
what?
Things got good.
She's not gonna go back inside.
She leaves.
What color do you turn at the sound of that?
Black with gold eyes.
Your
Probably
commotion.
going more blue.
Way more blue.
I would probably only give it a couple minutes before I mention that. Didn't last time they went out alone, she went storming off.
Crap.
Oh, I wasn't there
You
for
really
that.
gotta keep a bell on her or something.
Tracker.
Yeah.
All right. So
So
you how long are you staying outside?
she'll go back inside after
Oh.
10
Okay.
minutes.
Eventually, you see Ashley come in, but she is a stark different color than what you saw her in blue, very deep blue.
Do you
I'd
think,
say even her hair probably started changing colors a little bit too.
do you think
Okay.
blue's good or
I
bad?
don't think it's good.
The
Have we
blue-
seen
She
We-
looks like Snivelborn.
No,
We haven't seen her all the way
a
blue.
little
we've
bit.
seen her blue. Wasn't that like
But when you were
Pressed?
like dying or something or gone.
She was really like
What are you
worried
guys
about
talking about?
You're a little blue.
we met with one of the elves that
You remember those elves we saved?
When we use.
From the Hellhounds.
one of them's now in prison, so
The other ones.
The other one signed my comic book.
we helped with that.
He's right here. Is he still with us?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good to see you again, Ashley.
You remember?
You signed
You
his
look
book.
different.
Yes.
I'm
It's-
sorry, it's just a notice.
No,
Like,
it's fine.
I
It's
saw
fine.
you
Forgive,
enter
it's
in,
not
you were
normal.
purple, and then I see you again.
It's
Best
been
not
a
to
busy
mention the
hour.
color.
I'm sorry, I mean no offense.
Why did you sign? Isn't that about you all getting beaten or something? I don't know the history very well, but I think that's what they caught me up
It's we had a rough past. The group that I was a part of, but not there for. In the south, there was the Kingdom of Arthranis, is what we were a part of, but we ended up being overrun by the Vanguard League. The Vanguard, as they call themselves. I think the Vanguard League is the group that is up here. The Remnants. But the main forces, they had a hierarchy that subjugated the dwarves, the original kings, and that had dominion over the land. But so that is a big no-no.
Yeah.
So.
I'd say that's not very good.
People
So,
move
but,
around, they do things.
Please let me get you some drinks on me for
Ooh,
For
more
saving my
drinks.
life.
We've basically
and
spent
then-
no money yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So he covers a round of drinks for you. Okay, what are you guys doing? There's the tables. There's that. If you want to procure a room for the
Do you
evening,
think we should
Feel like
leave
it'd
your
be good
horse outside?
you already
I
got your you already
stabled him.
stabled him.
But
Safe.
before Sinjin runs off, I want people can be around, but make sure to save a sending spell
For Tyrgon?
For Cardin.
for Cardin if we need it.
Right. Got it. What are we doing with him?
If Tyrgon shows up again,
I can also send. I just haven't done it yet.
well, but between you two,
Unless he's just in the Feywilds again, then we're not going to really.
Oh, that's a good point.
it is a good point.
So, Callie, you make your way over, and you can see that there are currently 3 other individuals that are playing. They
It
finished
looked
their
open.
game of darts. And like I said, they're darts, but these are like throwing knives almost, like where it's like they're throwing them. It's based on dexterity.
I feel like I could be good at that.
So I was just telling you. Then to the left of you, you can see a little bit more burly people throwing axes. You see this one female just rippling muscles, just kind of wearing no armor whatsoever, but just kind of wearing normal clothing and just, and you can hear it snap into the wood. Dang it! You broke another one. you hear them. A couple of the other people that she's going against kind of jarring her for breaking another plank of wood where the targets are. So yeah, if you want to jump in, there's card tables. So these games you actually are very familiar with. You see the Jester's Choice. You can see 2 tables are set up for that. And then you see 2 tables that are set up for the King, the Queen, and the Fool, which is another card game. So
Do I have a favorite?
which do you think you would like the most?
King, Queen, and Fool sounds
The King,
fun.
the Queen, and the Fool. Okay. So, you do see currently, so there's 2 tables, but they look very different. You see sitting at the end of each of the table is a person just kind of sitting with their arms crossed, just watching the table. But eventually, so you kind of ask, the 2 games on the end, cheating is allowed. You're allowed to cheat. And there's a person watching. If you get caught cheating, you forfeit your hand that time. And whatever money is in the pot, you forfeit.
So you're not allowed to cheat.
No, you're allowed to cheat. If you get away with the cheating, then you have a better chance of winning. But if they catch you, you forfeit the pot.
How does that differ from you cheating and not getting caught?
If you cheat in the other 2 games, you're kicked out of the bar.
Got it.
Yep. So you do recall this, having been here a couple times, and so, but yeah. Those games are available if you would like to play. I'm happy to play with you. You're doing darts. Ashlyn, are you partaking in anything?
No, no card game.
No, she'll probably go out in the patio.
Okay. Just go sit next to the fire.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, is anyone playing cards?
I am. I don't know about Sinjin.
You see Enid sits down at the King, the Queen, and the Fool. Which table do you sit at?
Can I do
I'm not very...
some sort of check on the people who are watching for cheaters?
You can see that they are like very perceptive, like just like very intently watching. This is their job.
Okay.
This is what they do.
But
is they watch the 2 in the middle are way more observant than the ones on the outside.
But does it look like they use any sort of magical means?
Does not.
Good to know.
Would... I want to be insightful if I am using the cheating ones.
You have proficiency with a set of with one of these, correct? As part of your background. Okay. So you with this one, you would be able to re-roll the D4.
Okay.
As just as part of your background, like for whatever it is. So like just kind of having this, underlying. You can re-roll the D4. Without having to make any checks. If you decide to try and cheat, or if you have to tell me what it is, then we can determine.
If you wanted to do the cheating, I could perhaps provide my services. That was Alvar. That was not Fury.
Because I am not deceptive or intimidating.
Okay, so for the darts, it's essentially what it is there are 6 dart throws. They are all based on called shots. So you pick a target, and so the way it works is there are 4 small targets on the outside. Each of the ones in the outside. You have to roll. So essentially, it's whoever gets the most points. You have to call for it. In order to hit one of the small circles on the outside, you have to roll a 19 or higher. Like total, adding your dexterity bonus, like all the normal stuff. For the large circle, you don't have to call those. Essentially, to hit the target, you have to roll a 2 or above.
Okay.
But based on how high you roll, determines the better points.
You have enhance ability and inspiration. You help her, I help her.
Where's the bathroom? What are we doing?
Cheating.
In the little gnome's room.
I'm playing the card game that cheating is allowed as long as you don't get caught.
And I'm doing darts, where I gotta
Which cheating is also allowed if you don't get caught.
basically like throwing daggers.
No one seems to be watching the darts and the axes, but you can see that the people are the ones that are kind of managing themselves essentially. So.
But how long does enhance ability last?
For an hour.
Okay. So let's start with the card games first, because those are easiest.
I do need to know the rules
Okay, so the way the king, the queen, and the fool is, you have one roll per round, and it's the best of 5 rounds. Each round, you roll a d12, a d8, and a d4. Highest total wins that round. So, d12, d8,
Wait.
or d4.
You,
If you're playing,
you just how's this cards?
it's I'm just saying. So it's a dice game. So,
Oh.
yeah. It's
Well, then
Yeah.
I can't help cheat that.
You can only help cheat cards.
Responsibility.
If it happens to be that like choose a card, basically I have suggestion. I can't suggest him to roll lower,
Gotcha.
but I could suggest them to put a card in a certain spot.
if you wanted to try like doing a subtle soul, like to do gust, to roll the dice to something more favorable, almost like Qui-Gon Jinn does. You could attempt to do something.
But
like
I can't do subtle spell with cantrips.
that. Oh, so if you think of anything,
Let
if you think of anything that you'd
let me
like to
check
try
on
and do.
that.
So are you sitting at the table, normal one, or the cheating one? Is anybody else joining here? You guys, if you guys all want to do the same thing, if you want to play, you can play.
No, I can do it on any spell.
Okay, I'll sit at the cheating one.
Sitting at the cheating one, okay?
I don't know if I'm gonna cheat.
You gonna sit and play at all?
I'm using enhanced ability on Callie and then following Ash outside.
Oh, you left?
Yeah, she's just out there.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay.
So I'm going to enhance her ability, give her Cat's Grace,
Okay. So you have advantage on
say-
dexterity.
something to inspire her, and then leave.
Okay, gotcha.
You're inspired.
You're inspired, and you have advantage on dex
So-
checks.
Fury, let me know what you're planning on doing. All right. So you can see that there's several people over by the table. The individuals watching. You're kind of standing off to the side. How far away are you standing?
So wait, where are we at?
You guys are standing over there. And you can see the individual's just kind of sitting there at the table. And you can see he does look around at, like, just seeing if someone's, like, trying to assist and help as well. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
You tell me if you are.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay,
gonna
You ready?
watch for now.
Let's see what happens.
Okay. To buy in is 5 gold.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So it's currently 4 of the players are playing, so the pot is 20.
That's fine.
Okay.
1,200.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
What do I roll?
Roll all 4 of those,
Yeah, right. Not yet.
or all 3 of those. The D4, the D12, and the D8.
Well, that's,
Well, you have family that needs it.
Oh no. So just 1D4, 1D.
Oh, one of you.
Well,
Sorry,
yeah,
you
one of
said
each.
3.
No.
Sorry.
There's 5 rounds of it, so this is the highest. And you can re-roll your D4 without any cheating or anything necessary. So,
And I just add those up.
yep,
18.
18. Tie. Okay, yeah. 13 plus 5, yeah. Okay, so the first one, you tie the highest number. Okay, roll again.
Just
You got this.
while they're playing, I just banish the other guy.
Reroll
Just-
the
You can roll with a D4.
I panicked again.
You can see one of the individuals sitting at the table and just go,
If you panic.
like, you didn't see him doing anything, but you just see him. You saw him roll, and then you like a second later, you just see him go. It's cheating didn't pay it out for him. it made it lower.
Oh, that's okay. Me re-roll.
That
made
was a
it
total.
lower.
That was a total of 9 for me.
12.
12. Okay, you win. Turn around. Okay.
Yep. 16.
17. So, currently it's a tie and 1 and 1. Let's see.
Just like bounced out of your box.
throwing dice at the guy. They're not gonna...
You watch as he's sitting there, and you can see it's very, you don't even see it, but you see the guy sitting there watching the one that you're going against, and he looks at him and he goes, "I saw that." And you see him, "What did I do?" And he says, he goes over to the table and shows him what he did. He's like, "Dang it!" And then he pushes in his pot, so he's out. So the one you were going against currently. So
Okay.
one of the other ones. So you have yeah, he's out. So let me roll for this guy.
Okay. Do I keep my roll?
Yeah, keep your roll. This one was a 12.
12.
12. Okay, so you tied the other one. Okay, so you've had 2 ties, 1 loss, and 1 win.
Yeah.
But the tie was for the other one. No, so you would have had the higher. So you have 2 victories.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Nice. Okay.
19.
20.
Oh!
Okay, so you split the pot
Okay.
with this individual as he had 2 victories and you had 2 victories in the tie. So, yeah. So you get 10 gold for that round. Okay. So if you wanted to play again, do you want to play again?
Yeah.
4 more times. Ash, do you want to play as the DM against her? Essentially, you're just rolling for the higher, and then if you're going to, you have to beat a 15 for a sleight of hand check on just a straight
What are
dice.
we rolling?
D12, a D6, or D12, D8, and a D4.
And is it 5 to go back in, or am I just already in?
5 to go back in. Yep.
All right.
So at least you're
So
5
it's
up.
it's
Yeah, you're 5 up.
it's a D10, a D12, and
D12, D8, and a D4.
so what I think I would do is just watching, and if I see her opponent rolls, I would say 8 or higher on the D12, I'll just be watching that one. I would do a subtle spell, prestidigitation, just a little puff of wind on
Okay.
that one.
Okay, so we'll say that you're kind of doing that for against Ashlyn's character that she's playing.
I wanted
Okay.
to make it very specific so that it's not like I'm just trying to watch all of them.
Okay, so you're over there throwing darts. Okay, so the 4 on the 4 small circles. This is
Guess
how
I'm
the
trying to
target
make
works.
you lose.
Is that there's the 4 circles on the outside. Those are each worth 12 points, which is the highest you can get, and then the bullseye is worth 10 points, and then 6 and 3.
What do I have to roll to get a bullseye?
To get a bullseye, you have to roll 15 in between 15 or higher.
Okay.
But if you do a called shot, which you have to say, you have to say which
Yeah.
one.
I
It's
got
only
13
one of the
for my
darts
first
can
one.
fit in each of those small circles.
Well, okay, I'll try my first one for the top right.
Okay, top right. Okay, so you call that shot. Go and roll.
And it's just with dex, right? Straight dex?
Yeah. So you have 6 throws. 6 throws. Yeah. No. So it's dex plus your proficiency.
Oh, okay. So plus 8. 19.
19. Okay, yeah. Get stuck right in the top right one. Okay, so you got 12 points.
Okay, so I'm going to
Puff of
try the
wind.
top left.
Okay.
I would make you re-roll that.
All of them are one.
Just the
20, not
D12.
natural.
20. Sticks in the top left.
That's a
Okay.
Well, I mean, I might as well just try all the corner ones at this point. Bottom left.
It didn't work. So.
Both 15s, so
Yeah, 22.
22, yeah.
So you're just yeah. Go ahead. Next shot.
8.
22.
22. You hit all 4 corners. Okay. Yeah.
So I got 2 more shots,
so you have 2
I
more
can
shots.
The
shoot
one
for the
time I
bullseye.
helped is
Shoot for
the
the
one
bullseye.
time
You
it
just have to
didn't
be
do
15.
anything.
Ooh, no.
You guys
I would-
re-roll one.
I can re-roll
I
one?
would make you re-roll
So I can
the,
re-roll one?
You can
anything
add,
above 8. I would
Oh,
cast
sorry, no,
my
you can add a D8.
spell.
Add a d8.
so roll a d8. Yeah.
Yeah, it may not help, but add a D8.
Sorry. That's still
14.
14. So you hit just on the cusp of the outside of the bullseye. So you get 6 points. So
Okay.
12, 12, 12.
15
So
for you,
48 plus
actually.
6 is
But
going to
it
be
doesn't matter.
4
Yeah.
currently.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
every time I
last
help,
one.
it
So
doesn't
last
help.
one.
But it's fun for Fury.
18.
18. Yeah, you get a bullseye. So you've got a
Yeah.
total of 64 points. All right.
Almost.
The next person, like you can see that the people that are over here, these ones, these are pretty tough shots. The first one calls for it, boom, it hits the wood, doesn't get a single point.
Did I have to buy into this also, by the way?
The 2 times I helped didn't
So
change the
how
outcome.
much did you
so.
want? Oh, I would say yeah. You guys did a 10 gold bet.
10? Okay.
So you
I'm
could
just gonna
do the
write it down
possibility of winning 30 gold.
Nice.
Okay. That
Gotta
one
save up.
gets. That one he gets called
Since I have
shot.
1,200.
Man.
You're getting low.
Yeah.
I don't like to dip below
Okay.
1,200.
This
so-
guy, the first shot, he gets 3 of those, all 4 corners, and gets 1 bullseye. But the 5th one, he missed completely because he tried calling it and missed it. So you beat him. Here's the 3rd competitor. Gets the first one. This is the 2nd one.
Yes.
Yeah, he can't beat you. So yeah, he goes through all of his shots. So you yeah,
So I get 30 gold?
you got 30 gold pieces. Yeah,
Woo!
nice.
30
Any-
additional or 20?
So if you,
Well,
we can
it'd be,
continue
yeah,
to do all
20
this stuff
additional.
and whatnot. So
Enid.
I won.
you won, nice.
So then 10 again. What's
So you
the
got,
last one?
and if you won,
Yeah.
you got 20.
Okay.
I did do 2 subtle spells that didn't change the outcome of those rounds.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if...
Yeah. Well, no, subtle's just
Yeah,
nothing.
I
So,
just was
Nice.
watching.
Yep.
It didn't do anything, but Fury had fun.
I can just see you like sighing. Just like. Okay. Anything else? You went out to go with Ash. Okay.
What are you doing as I come out?
I guess just looking into that fire.
Do you sit by the fire because you're cold when you're blue?
No. Is there anybody else like sitting out there?
There's a couple that's kind of sitting off, kind of making out in the corner. But
These guys over here.
Nick, can I roll for another just separately while you do
Yeah,
this?
go for it,
Just
go
for like
for
one
it.
more time.
Yeah.
And I'll just keep track of my score.
that's fine. If anybody else wants to do, like, if you want to play another round, you
I
can
was
play
saying, I
another
think if Enid's feeling good, so she should probably just keep playing.
Okay, roll me. Instead of keep rolling that, roll me. The first one, roll just a straight d20. The second one, roll a d20 with advantage. We'll see you play 2 more rounds.
17.
17. Okay, you have another 20 gold. Roll with advantage this time.
15.
Yeah, get another 20 gold. Instead of just, I was just like basing it off of how you played the first time, and going against you in that way. Okay.
So I would probably be scanning the bar to see if Tyrgon does reappear.
He does not. The entire time. Okay, so you guys are talking. Give me a second. I was just going to change the music real quick to something a little more dreary. Theory's theme.
Sniffles is coming to join us.
He's coming to talk about it.
He's getting dreary. I assume Sniffles is coming.
Do you guys want a drink?
No.
Hey, you're pretty blue, like me.
Yeah.
He does this sometimes.
You okay there?
You're not there.
I assume I'm.
Well, he's out here.
Oh, he's out there.
Yeah, he came out to there.
Oh,
Then he comes back in.
well, I think I'm standing like right there in the opening.
Okay.
So what happened with your buddy Cardin? You were all
Guess not.
happy and figuring out about panpipes and warlocks, and then you left and you came back and you were all panpipes and warlocks. You see the difference?
Do I think Fury's close enough to actually hear?
I'm walking up to you, so.
Well, this would have been while you guys were playing, though.
Oh, then no.
Yeah.
It does
oh,
all happen at
oh,
the same time.
Then no, I am not there.
Because I wasn't inside.
It's like
for
that
a while.
changes things.
I'm in the doorway, but I'm not paying any attention to you whatsoever.
They're distracted.
Yeah.
So you remember that dream I told you that I had?
Something about the queen was scary. Nightmare.
Yeah, that's close enough. So when I walked out with Cardin, he said something kind of weird, sort of.
Did he hit on you?
No,
No.
Maybe.
sort of called me Your Highness though, which was weird. And
Are
then-
you royalty?
I don't think so.
Everyone's super rich except for me and Enid. Getting the feeling everyone is super rich.
She's kind of getting there, though. She now runs the whole domain.
I mean,
It's just you.
Things are getting
I'm
out
not
here.
rich.
He's the one that gets all the fame, though.
I'm sorry. Most people who are called Your Highness are very rich.
I don't
people.
We're getting the
anything
riches. He's
about
getting the
that.
fame.
That's true.
I literally worked for her.
Oh,
Not like, doing, just like I had to.
do you,
Should really
why
make a note
would he
to
call
move
you
that
Your
up.
Highness?
I don't know. I don't know if it has anything to do with the dream though. Like stuff's been weird.
What happened in your dream again? You said you had a bad dream about her and it put you in a scared mood.
You have to find the exact.
You looked at something and saw you like,
Yeah.
I remember as Lewis when I was sitting
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
wasn't told.
I was like walking. I was in some cave or something. I don't know, and I went and looked into water, and I saw her face instead of mine in the water. And then all that weird stuff started happening like right after.
Do you think she's possessing you?
Well,
When you guys were talking about demonic presences and stuff.
I don't really think I'm possessed. Callie does.
Callie thinks you're possessed?
She thinks I'm possessed. I don't think I'm possessed though.
What do you think?
Well, I've never met my mom before. And I've never really heard much about her ever. So, maybe,
You think the crazy queen lady's your mom?
maybe.
That complicates our plan of go in and kill everybody and take no hostages. That was my plan, by the way, for solving your issues. But,
We can't kill everybody.
well, not ever. I meant like your mom and her bodyguards and the bad
That's
people.
okay.
Well, but if she's your mom,
But she's not the very good one if she is.
well, no, I understand that. Plenty.
I mean, she like killed my uncle.
Well, that's probably even worse than my mom. Probably. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's killed some people.
I don't really know. I'm very confused.
So, hypothetically speaking, if she was your mom, why wouldn't she tell you and why would she make you work for her?
I don't know. Just because?
Just because it's fun?
Maybe.
From what you've said about her, she doesn't strike me as a fun-loving jokester like this Cardin guy.
I don't. She just likes to trick people. What if they do that?
So what's the game plan? We go find this Nanashi guy. We figure out how to get this rod thing and get the panpipes. Then what? What's this Cardin guy supposed to do for you? He seemed just as scared of her as you are.
I mean, he's just supposed to give me that. He's not the one who was supposed to help. But I don't know how
How's
to.
the flute gonna help?
Because I have to give it to the other guy, and then he's going to help me get back there and get my family back here.
And the other guy is...
I don't remember his name.
Or a dram.
Or a dram.
And he's more powerful than Cardin?
Yeah. Arden said that they should be at least as powerful as she is, but I don't know if we could fight her without things getting worse.
It sounds like things are getting worse over there. Which may put it on a timetable.
Crunch?
Time.
Time.
Stop watching.
Turntables.
I mean, I would like to go get that thing from that guy.
I don't think we have a real plan for how to do anything in Yondur with Fury. I know your pixie friend was there, but I don't know if that's urgent.
Oh, not
But we
really.
could kind of change directions, head south, and deliver the bones of De Tervano, find this...
How are we going to get this stuff from a really powerful warlock, though?
Ask nicely? No, wait. He said that didn't work. We just trade him something else. It seems to be this trading game. I'm sure we have something cool. You know, we got this cool funky water from the stream. We've got these cool cloaks. Maybe he's into cloaks, cloak and dagger. I don't know.
I guess we can try.
I'm sure we'll be able to come up with some sort of deal.
He said he liked daggers. I mean,
Hey, Fury's got a cool dagger. I gave it to him. Maybe he wants that.
we could try.
Either way, I'm pretty sure the team would love to go on this adventure. Plus, we have to go down there and talk to some cool dragon for Enid. We gotta go down there and deliver some there's a dragon for somebody.
Isn't it for the bones?
Maybe. There's a dragon. It sounds awesome.
I did want to meet the dragon. That did sound
You can
like
see
fun.
that her color begins to shift a little bit pink.
It's gonna be great. We'll go down there, make a whole trip of it. Maybe we can escort the... Where did we leave those children? Are they in the bar running around?
I thought we got them a room at the place.
Did we?
I didn't
Oh,
pay for
okay.
I
it.
mentioned
about
it,
that.
but I didn't.
Also, was I supposed to give them the 25 gold? I kept it.
I think
Someone
we
said
talked
we were going to
about
give it
giving
to them, and
them
then I
money.
took it.
We give it to them.
Okay.
Yeah, we would have given it to them.
Right.
course-
Anyway,
course
we
we
could
did.
offer to escort them
That's the
south
point.
or not, depending on their feelings on things. They might get in our way if trouble finds us like it tends to.
We can do that. I mean, I can carry them again. I mean, I would like to go there. I'm a little worried.
There's nothing to worry about when St. John Sikowitz is around. Nothing bad has ever happened when I've been around.
Sure.
We defeated a tower of a giant bad guy. I became,
I
it's
think
going
you
to be good.
forgot half of the tower. Like the half where you were dying the whole time.
I remember
You were
exiting
running.
triumphantly.
You were running away from all of us.
I remember exiting triumphantly.
Enid had to kidnap you.
I remember it differently. But that's okay.
Speaking of Enid,
Yeah. Have you seen her turn more into a turtle?
are you two gonna get like married or something?
Why would we get
Because you're just flirting with all these people and she's getting really annoyed about it.
Why would she get annoyed about it? She doesn't care.
Are
She's
you
my
really
best
that
friend.
stupid?
Possible. I've known
You're
her
a
a
good
long
leader,
time.
but you're not very good with people.
I think I'm very good with people. I could go be good with people in there.
No, because when you're pretending with people, you get in trouble.
I don't think Enid cares what I do in my free time.
If you say so.
Yeah. But we should go on this journey.
Yeah, I
It
agree.
sounds fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
We should also get fancy rooms here for the night and live in luxury because it sounds awesome.
Yeah, and then maybe watch Yuri so he doesn't get kidnapped.
Yeah, we should. I don't know how big the rooms are. We'll probably all bunk up or get a couple rooms.
Yeah, I can put an alarm around him.
Just around him.
Yeah, I think you should do that around something.
I won't tell him.
Make it the loud one.
Yes.
Okay. So you go up to Sniffles. And you request a room
How big are they? How many people can fit in a fancy room?
in a fancy room. Well, that will run you 50 gold for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like any additional services provided through that? We have escorts that are willing to. Oh, and you can see an ASMR walking his way towards you. Tan skin, dark skin, like a dark, very dark brown that almost has the purple tint to it, a little bit, and well muscled, shaved head. Just slowly makes his way over to you and just says, "Hello."
Hello. St. John Sikowitz, hero of heroes.
Name is Vesh.
Vesh.
Yes.
I'm Ashlyn.
It is a pleasure to meet you. And you can
Yeah.
see the wings are kind of rolled up behind him a little bit.
You have wings?
Oh yes, it is my angelic heritage.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can you fly?
I can.
Can you fly in here?
Just slowly kind of hovers above the ground a little bit. What are you seeking and requesting? It seems that you have purchased one of our villas for the evening.
Yeah, is that big enough for 5 people?
You could fit 20.
So 5, yeah. Good.
Wait, don't we have also the mom and the kids?
Well, they're not staying with us.
We put them up on their
You
own.
put
Wait, are there like lots of rooms in there?
There's-
Put them
well,
up in a
there's-
closet.
So the villa is like, it's got its own pool. It's got its own.
That's what I mean. There's
Like,
like
it's-
probably a room they could go to in there, so we're not paying
Let's
us.
say I gave them the 25 gold and they can get
Yeah.
their own room or whatever.
Okay.
They won't be able to afford it.
They don't have to
No,
get
no.
a villa. There's
No, they
regular
can,
rooms.
there's like rooms for both.
They're also in a big city.
Which is
They can go
probably
where they
even
want.
better than they, like,
Gotcha.
still probably nicer than anything that they've had in the recent
Okay, I just want to make sure that we're
months
going
and
to be
stuff.
homeless just because we didn't give
No.
them any
No.
space.
We're not that cruel.
No, I
Stay
gave
with
them that
us.
so they can get their own room, though.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, yes.
Would you be wanting other services this evening?
Like room service or food.
I am
and
hungry.
Other things.
Oh.
I am happy to provide those. And you watch as very tan skinned ASMR
Yeah.
comes up as well. My name is Yelith. I am also.
Does this happen here a lot?
I've never done the deluxe package. I've usually just stayed in the regular rooms, and I don't.
We can provide a number of services, whether it is company that you seek for the evening, whether it is guards that stand and make sure no one enters the room.
Oh,
We can take guards.
We are happy to provide whatever services. There is a fee for services that
We don't need
provide.
guards.
but if you have a guard, you can let your guard down and
Yeah,
enjoy
except
the
for we
night.
have like all of our amazing things that we
It's
normally
a status thing. We're making a
I
show.
just
I'm
walk
a
around with a
hero.
string of bows.
We're a group. You know, if they see someone, they're like, "Ooh, who are the VIPs who got the guards standing outside?" It's a big deal. They're all waiting in the morning to see who's
You
coming
do
downstairs.
see there are quite a few people that are kind of like looking at you as these two angelic figures, which are well known in this establishment. They have their, I mean, they give a portion of their funds to run their services here,
Mhm.
but this is their establishment as well to provide these services. So
Do you
I
guys
mean,
want
you're
any
the leader.
companionship or anything for the night, or
No, I just want to go to bed.
Oh.
The starts were hard.
how much is it for guarding services
for guarding would be an additional 10 gold per evening.
per person or per
Well,
thing?
only, I mean, if you want both of us, that would be.
I don't know if you need one at the door and one at the window.
Would you like one stationed at the window?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
It will be 70 gold. Would you like any ale or?
I'll pay the gold for that.
Highland?
For the room too.
Just for the
Guard.
bodyguards.
So you got the 20.
For both of them.
10 each,
Yeah.
20, yeah.
I'll buy the room for 50.
Okay.
Are there
Okay.
any other services that
I
you
don't like the
wish
dip
to be
between
provided?
1200.
Would you have a menu of
I
options?
don't like to dip below
I know ale
3,000.
and
You
food,
see, Sniffles just says,
Well, I mean, I'm not counting my platinum.
we've got.
Me neither.
food,
But I only have 29 flat.
Good.
Kind of hands
I'll
off
get
to you and
10.
just like
Oh.
there's very fine wine, the
Got
most
more in my bank
expensive
account.
bottle.
I think you
of wine
probably
on there is
put some in the
1,000 gold
bag.
pieces.
Well,
It is dated
I bought all those armor.
1,400 years old.
Sounds
I don't know if you quite need that.
no.
Is there like a middle range?
Like a turn down service. I don't know what that is.
That
I
is-
mention it in a lot of things.
that is provided already.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what that is.
Pulls your
Do
sheets
we
back.
pull your sheets down?
Put like a
We
mint
put-
on your pillow or something.
Yeah,
Do you guys do the towels in the shape of birds?
that's an extra gold piece.
Wait,
What?
does it have to be birds or can you like do like a bunny?
Can we do bunnies? We can do bunnies.
I gotta pay gold to have a money couch? Okay.
All right.
I think, one guard at the front door of our room, one at the window for the evening so that we're not disturbed would be great.
All right. So, you guys get your room set up for the evening. It is
A pool
massive.
and a hot tub?
Pool, hot tub. There is a community bath, like separate from the pool. Like it's just a large
I
bath
can
tub.
practice my swimming animals.
There is several beds. But yeah, it's a massive place. Has 2 stories, upstairs and downstairs. There's 4 of these that are attached. These are the 4 main places. You have to walk further to get to the other rooms. So, but you guys get set up for the evening. Goes by without a hitch, and that is where we will go ahead and end this evening. So, thank you guys for tuning in. We will play again next week.
Probably Friday.
But yeah. Check us out on Instagram to find out. We'll post it on there. So, but thanks again. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.